I've been listening to a lot of them back, and there's that one episode where like, hi, I'm Travis, and then like no one says anything because I just assumed you were going clockwise, so I didn't say anything. Oh god, that's actually. I'm surprised the phone has never gone off during the cast. Actually.
Wow.
Well, we haven't given fans our phone number.
I don't know what to do.
Oh yeah, that's a hotline.
Hopefully no one calls. That
Passion
would be
for
awkward.
video games.
They're calling about originals.
If it goes off during cast, be like, oh, there's our fan hotline. Let's
Yeah.
see what the question of the
Maybe
day
I should
is.
unplug that one. Actually.
I think that's a good idea.
Question: Are you really giving a Pac-Man amiibo in a tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you give it to one lucky fan?
Which then
Just
also,
pay shipping.
which then also means they have Dylan's house bugged because that was off cast, so that's not a good sign.
Telling you I want to get your house checked.
Yeah, even though it does fit our fan base of those people that are burying bodies in the desert, so I think it's kind of.
Wow, you guys really don't want the Pac-Man amiibo, eh?
No, what? That's twice. You're talking about something completely different.
No, I heard what you're talking about.
What do we say?
You said I has to give it to a fan, and then they'll get my address, and then they'll kill me.
He's like 50% there.
Yeah, he's
Well,
close
if I'm
enough.
doing something, and you're like trying to get my opinion.
All right, you know what?
It's gonna be.
You, Bryson, let's see if you can do something right here. And I'm looking forward this week to seeing what your name is if you've actually thought about it.
Oh, I got a good one now.
I'm putting it on the spot right now.
All right, hello and welcome everyone to the GeekVerse podcast episode.
We're 10.
10.
We haven't even hyped it up.
I am Dylan Musk, the failure, according to Travis Snell.
I am Jessica. I didn't really think of a nickname, so I am the nicknameless Jessica.
I am the best in the world, Travis Snail.
All
Whoa,
right.
that's a little
I'm wearing a shirt right now. It makes
high
sense
and
if
mighty.
you see me in person.
Which no one will. But
No. Well, no, they're going to come kill you, remember? So they will.
Yeah, true.
Be like, kill that guy.
I have a
Why do you need-
nickname, and I wrote it down.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
you can't remember it?
I couldn't remember how it goes.
Taylor.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Let's keep it under a paragraph.
I am the
The
one
jet
who
line,
doesn't.
wheeling dealing.
I'm the one who doesn't yield, Mr. Taylor Field.
Okay, folks, there's no 10 episode. I'm editing it right now because that was. And then finally, we're joined by.
I'm Kirkland Patzer.
That was good.
No nickname?
That was good.
No nickname.
Just working on
No,
mastering
today-
the name.
Today, to mix it up, he said his name like Kirkland Patzer. Like, he said it
Like a normal
logically.
I tried to be
person.
smooth.
Like if he's at a job interview.
The smooth Kirkland Patzer.
Yeah.
Perfect.
The smooth, that's it.
Alrighty.
Oh, I was going to do my tidbits first before someone goes, because you just screwed me out with your yields thing.
Hey, Field is hard to rhyme with.
You're just always Taylor, the field, like the fields.
I wanted to switch it up for the team special.
The one who doesn't yield. Are you talking about like driving or like he's just
You can use that to your imagination. I'd probably be dead by now if I use that to drive. So
The one who doesn't yield.
Did you just pick that up?
No, he just saw. I guess I did. Yeah, Dylan's rubbing off on me about half listening.
I've been at school all day, so
What?
that's my excuse.
I've been at work all day. That's a lie. I got sent home early. It was raining. Thanks, Doug.
I did too.
Thanks, Doug. Yeah, shout out.
Best boss ever. Really?
Alright, well,
really?
You
No.
picked up your water, but
Really?
you're doing tidbits now. So what are you
What?
doing?
No, I said I didn't.
I
want
thought
to
you
do
started the
tidbits.
circle. You're
I
going
did my
first.
shout out to Doug, and
That was your tidbit?
yeah,
Shout out to Doug?
Shout out
Alright.
to Doug.
Alright,
He said, "Oh, if it starts to rain, you can go off."
Now you're gonna have to go back and
Exact
edit
quote.
that.
Oh, I know.
That's your fault.
What are we at here? Okay.
Alright, so, well, I guess this week a bunch of new shows started. I checked out Blind Spot. Have you guys heard of Blind Spot? You've
Yeah,
probably
I've
seen
heard
the
of it.
commercials.
I've
They're all
heard
over
of
the
it.
place. Did anyone watch it?
No, because it's on NBC and I hate them. That's my point.
That's not really a point.
No, I'm just saying that's why I didn't watch it though.
Okay. I watched the first episode. It was, I don't know, it was okay, I guess. I think it might pick up, but so far, meh. Also, I don't know, the main girl's name is Jamie Alexander,
Lady
and then the other
Sif.
guy is Sullivan Stapleton. I have never seen them in anything.
I don't know the guy, but the girl, she's in the Thor series or the woman.
Right.
Sorry, yeah, she's Lady Sif. She's the
So,
one
I
who has
mean,
the hot.
the cast, and, like, no one else was relevant, I don't think, but... So, I don't know, we'll see how that show goes. Heroes Reborn, I
Yeah.
recorded it. I didn't get a chance to watch it. Did you watch
Yeah,
it?
I watched the whole 2 hours last night.
Okay, well, I don't want to hear spoilers, but I didn't get a chance to watch it. So.
I heard it was man. Why did you like it so much? People just said there's like
Where
a
does
lot
it
to
take
be
place
desired.
with the main series?
The cheerleader's now dead, right?
Well, do you want spoilers? or
Well,
not?
that's
You
in the,
guys
I
gotta
saw
make
it in
up
a
your
pre- I
mind.
saw I saw
I
that
just
in
want to
a,
know where it is in the timeline.
I saw that in a preview. So that's the if they've previewed it, I don't think that's a spoiler.
Do you want spoilers or not?
Just tell
No
us.
spoilers.
No.
He doesn't care about heroes. I do, so don't spoil
Remember,
it
I
for
didn't
me.
even remember
I just
it
want to
for
know
a
where the
whole
timeline is, because I don't know.
It's later. I think it was something like 15 years.
Okay.
I don't remember
It's later.
exactly.
Later than the last.
Yeah, well, because they do have a bunch of the same characters in it. Like Noah Bennett is still one of the main characters.
Hiro Nakamura. He's still there.
He didn't appear in the first episode.
He's in the trailers, though.
Yeah, he's only in 3 out of the 13 episodes, so I don't know when he'll come.
I can't remember back to the original Heroes, though. Wouldn't that have been something in that show, too? Like, just Hero maybe not being in a certain episode, or...
No, he was
I haven't seen it
in
in a
quite a
while,
lot
actually.
of the... I looked last
But,
night.
like, for more minor characters, right?
No, he was in, like, 61 episodes in the
Yeah,
original
but he was,
series.
like, a main character. But for, like, the other minor, smaller ones, they would only be in a few episodes here and there.
Okay, yeah, I see
So
what
he's
you're
kind of
saying.
like he's still there, but not a main character anymore.
Yeah, and they've got,
Which makes sense, because they already went over his story.
Matt's coming back.
That's the cop,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And then they have, was it Sahid?
Yeah, the scientist, yeah.
He's coming back as well. They had a couple minor appearances.
What was his power again? I don't even remember.
I don't remember either. But I don't want to go back and rewatch anything. I just want to, like, enjoy the series, as a first time again. But I will say that I did look, and Claire Bennett actually is listed to be in an episode.
Really?
So whether or not it's as a fake death, or whether she's still alive and we don't know it, but she is listed to be in the series.
That's cool.
Before to add like a nerd backside thing, I would think it's either like a kid thing or something else, because there's something with her contract because she's in Nashville that she can't appear on Heroes unless they've worked out that was the problem. Just to throw that out there, the original Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah, I heard she wasn't going to be in this one.
because
so
she's doing Nashville.
if she's just in one episode, that makes sense. Maybe they just write her off or something.
Yeah.
Even though it's like 15 years. I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyway, I'm excited. I really wanted to watch it. I didn't get a chance, but...
It was I liked it. I thought it was a good first episode because they kind of pull in, so basically now they're called Evos, the Evolves.
Yeah.
And most of them have either been killed or gone into hiding. They're not welcome anymore. There was this big event and a bunch of people died, and so it's a year after this event, and Evos are no longer welcome in society.
Okay.
They got to the point where they were, and now everything's backfired. So basically...
But good overall.
Yeah.
For an intro.
Yeah,
Or a pilot.
it was 2 hours, so it was, considered
long.
2 episodes, technically.
Yeah.
So you meet all the new characters and a couple of old returning characters. I liked it. I thought it was, if you like the original Hero series, I think it's worth a watch.
Cool. Yeah. I'm excited to check it out. Other than that... Oh, I just wanted to give a shout out to Bethesda for the Fallout videos. Have you guys seen any of those, the special videos?
Like the
I
piano?
started watching. I saw the piano one,
Yeah, see? We know.
What was the piano one?
They did the theme?
The theme song for it's been released.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, it's a guy playing on the piano.
I'll have to check that out.
I just remembered
That's not really
something.
news. That's just shout out Bethesda, because Bethesda's awesome.
And sorry to cut you off because I'm totally going to forget. Has anyone heard the James Bond theme that was released today?
No, James Bond.
I saw that you thought it was cool, and I was like, oh, cool.
They released it. Sam Smith is doing it. It's pretty good. Check it out. But they released that today, so. Just while we were talking about theme
Is that the
songs.
new one
For
coming up?
Spectre. Yeah.
Spectre.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah.
Spectre
We'll go
Gadget?
see it. Yeah. Yeah. James Bond versus off
was a
against the
classic.
evil Inspector Gadget, Dr. Claw. That was a classic. James Bond just breaks his neck.
Alright, you guys all know about this, but Star Fox delayed until, not the new console, but Q1 of next year.
Wait for that to be shown at E3 again, like they do.
I don't think...
It's March, April.
Yeah, it's
That's
not,
the tentative
not that
date.
far.
What was
What
the
do you guys think about
reasoning? The reasoning was
They want to make it a better game.
To touch it up, yeah. I don't know. I don't, like... I'm interested, but at the same point, I don't really care, because I'm like...
At this point, they've already kind of lost our interest in...
Yeah,
that
now
game,
it's
right?
even more so. Kind of
Yeah.
like that comes out around the same time as Uncharted and Division and what else. And now, which when we're talking about this delayed games, Hitman was delayed till March. So that's 3 big titles. And if Star Fox comes in, once again, it's kind of like lower of the tier. And it's one of these things where now Nintendo doesn't really have a big game for the holiday season, which is kind of weird. They usually at least have one. Like Mario Maker can work as that, but it just released really early. Yeah, like. It might come to the point where people are buying other stuff because October, November, they go Christmas shopping, begin December. Well, like Mario Maker will be there, but usually you have a couple, or it's usually November because that's what they had. Smash, last year,
That
right?
was a
And then
while
the
ago.
year before, they had Mario 3D World that came out in like late October. So there's always something in that really holiday season, like right before Christmas. So there's not. So that's my only thing. I'm kind of
They don't have anything else big planned?
no, not
I
that
guess
I
they've
know
no
of.
pushed back Zelda as well. So.
They have like a Bayonetta game, I think, but I don't know if
Is
it's
there
like
a
a
new one coming
remake. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's something like it's some title like that where it has a fan base, but it's not like
Huge, right?
yeah, not gonna like blow your socks off.
Yeah, but I think between Splatoon and Mario Maker, Nintendo's got 2 games getting huge reviews right now. Mm-hmm. I mean, I can't see them getting too hurt pushing Star Fox back. It's not really, like you said, it's lost a lot of interest.
Yeah, I'm excited to see.
Well,
next
maybe
week.
they'll release some sort of trailer, something that'll bring hype for it back. Because I think we're not the only people who were not happy with the trailer.
I think that has to be a pretty damn good trailer.
Yeah.
That has to be like start with directed by Christopher Nolan. Like, Star Fox.
You never know.
Imagine
man.
playing like Interstellar. If anyone's seen that, play Interstellar, but you're as Star Fox. Oh, and now I'd pay like $8 million for that game.
So I think that's
$8
wishful
million, wow.
thinking, but the concept of them, maybe building some more hype from Star Fox somehow.
I don't think they can. I think delaying it is one of those other things too that almost hurts it again. That people are like, oh, another problem. So even though they say to fix it, I don't know. I'll wait for reviews and I might play it, but I really have no interest in it anymore. Like I've kind of writ it off of like, oh, I'm not buying that. And, like hopefully it turns around, but so
Cool. Yeah. Anyone else have anything to add, Taylor?
No, I think it's good. They're waiting on it.
You think it's good?
I think it needs some more work.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
Okay.
Taylor
What do you
doesn't.
think-
Taylor doesn't buy Nintendo anyway, though,
No.
so it doesn't affect him.
I will be. I've been thinking about getting a Wii U really soon.
Really?
You sound
Oh,
like
yeah.
some villain. Oh, I will be.
Just you wait.
Well-
Smash and Mario Maker. That's
Poking? Yeah.
Before you move on, just because we brought it up, I won't bring it up later. What do you think about Hitman getting delayed? Do you think that's good, or
Well, like when would it?
it's supposed to come out December 8th,
Yeah, like
Where did you push back to?
March?
I don't know. I feel like if it would have come out in December 8th, I probably wouldn't have gotten it.
Yeah.
Because I'm playing other things right now.
Yeah. So
maybe
in that
it'll come out at a
aspect-
better yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I just worry. I don't know. Anytime a game gets delayed, I know it's for good reasons, but you
Yeah.
always like. I feel like the ratio. It's getting better now, but I feel like the ratio before of delayed games when they came out, like, oh, this is bad. But
yeah.
I think it's better business wise.
I'm interested in it, that's for sure.
Yeah,
So maybe it'll get really good.
it saved me money,
knows?
so I wasn't.
Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't mad about
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah, the other Nintendo thing is they patented a new controller. I don't know what you want to call it, but pretty much the L and R triggers have like a scrolling feature to them now.
Yeah.
So
There's
this,
scroll wheels like a mouse.
yeah,
Could you draw it for me quickly or no?
It like imagine like a mouse
Okay.
to like scroll
And
through
it's-
your page, but where your L
imagine
and R
the
buttons.
trigger can scroll rather than just being pressed in.
Yeah.
And you can still press it in. Right?
I don't know actually, but
That's
I would
yeah.
imagine. I don't know why I wouldn't.
I don't know. I'll have to wait out.
Think about like obviously GTA for Nintendo isn't a good example, but think about just scrolling through your weapons or your radio station. How much cooler is that and better than like the way they currently have it?
But I would never
like-
want it to replace my triggers.
But I imagine you can still press it in
Yeah.
too.
But then don't you feel like it's going to be sliding a lot? So what happens if I go to press in the middle, like while I'm shooting, and like, oh, it slides and it opens up my weapon wheel, and I switch to like fists, and then like the cops just shoot me down?
I'm sure it won't be that bad.
It's kind of, it just for me has.
Well, maybe it'll be like
I think it's
Your-
really innovative.
your
I think
top
it's
trigger
really
will be
cool.
wheels and your bottom will be clickable.
Taylor, because you don't have a Nintendo back me on this. No.
well, I can definitely I can see the problem with that. When you first said that, I instantly thought, oh, are they using it as kind of like scrolling to like look, if you're playing a 3D game, looking to the sides, as scrolling like look to the sides instead of moving away kind of from a C-stick looking away? I don't know. Like I didn't really see it being used really well in that aspect, but then I saw like how other controllers have the C-sticks and the control sticks where you can click in and move them around the same time.
But I think you're still going to have that too, right? You're still going to have both your joysticks. It's where your triggers are going to be. It's not changing.
It's not removing anything. It's just adding stuff.
Yeah. So, like, usually you'll have, like, your L1 and L2, but your L1 will be a scroll wheel and your L2 will be clickable. That's kind of the idea.
I don't know.
I don't really understand how you're opposed to this.
It just sounds really weird, and I just didn't. That's not really what I wanted. Remember, I wanted them to just kind of go back to basics. Like that's for my personal thing. I just want GameCube controller, and this sounds again like, we're going back the route of like, hey, this is a new cool thing to try. And
well,
I
they're
don't think
keeping
that's
the screen too, I've heard. So it is still going to be like a Wii U gamepad.
See, and I think even though I like the gamepad, I think that's a mistake.
Yeah, but the way I see it too is, think about how like every console supports the previous console. Well, I guess they're kind of moving away from that, but
PlayStation 4, take the hint.
So think about like the Wii U. Like if they come out with the new Nintendo console, then the Wii U is kind of irrelevant. Like you can't play those games on there. So I can see them keeping the gamepad, but maybe having something else too. I don't know. I just don't think they would completely abandon the Wii U with the new system. I don't see that. I think there will be gamepad functionality in some way. Whether or not it's focused, I don't know. But I don't see them getting rid of it completely right away.
It will be interesting. In October, I think they have like a earnings meeting or whatever where all their stockholders, I don't know why I put a H on stock, but all of them are going to be meeting up, and that's going to be the first time like the new president like speaks and holds his press conference. So that'll be interesting to see. I don't know. It just maybe I'm just having problems just really picturing how it's going to work in a good way.
I mean,
so
obviously we don't really know anything about it, but I think just from the concept, I think it's a really cool idea.
For me, it's a wait and see. I gotta actually see it and see
I'm
it.
interested to see how it's used.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For like the in-game mechanics. So.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if it is something tricky, like I know they won't be making it like too hard to use.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Right.
Yeah, well,
It is
they're a
for kids.
family-based console, yeah.
Exactly.
So.
I don't know. I think it just adds options that otherwise aren't there. So it's cool.
I'm excited, and that's just another sign of I think that console's coming out next year. Their new one. I think next holiday season. I think it's. Every sign just keeps pointing like sooner and sooner it's coming out. Mm-hmm. So, which I'm excited for. I'm always excited for a new console.
But if you think about the concept of them patenting that, think about like how different that is from patenting like a Wiimote or something. Like it's really not them being super weird. It's just adding like an interesting feature that I don't think will. It's not like a gimmick. I don't think it's a gimmick at all. Really.
It's just them being first to market, and they always are.
Mm-hmm.
They're always first to market with the the Motion Plus, the screen in the pad. They always just go that one step further, and this is just them doing it again.
Except for virtual reality, though.
Yeah.
I missed the boat on that.
Yeah, but
we'll talk about later.
I don't necessarily know they didn't do so well with their 3D. I don't know if they would really look to go for the virtual reality, especially their market. Like, they got a lot of flack for 3D with, like, hurting kids' eyes and stuff like that, right? So, I could see them avoiding virtual reality for that.
Well, to be fair, you can turn it off, but
I'd never turn it on.
Yeah, I've never had it. I've had it on, maybe like, that looked cool, and then like off. Like,
I wonder what that looks like in 3D.
Yeah,
There it is. Kate, turn
it
it back
doesn't work
off.
if you're in a moving vehicle. So that's cool.
no, or the sun's really bright. It's like okay.
I really like the 3D.
I actually
Of course.
I'm with Taylor. I liked it. I did like it.
When you're playing Pokemon and you're doing your battles in 3D, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, see, I'll turn it on for those, but like other than that, I'll turn it off. Like,
even in Fire Emblem, I thought it was pretty cool because then you get like actual 3D environments and like when it snows and stuff, it looks really cool.
It is cool.
And there's for the longest time it was really confusing in Fire Emblem. That was the first game I had on my 3DS, and there was like leaves that blow by, and it was really confusing because I didn't really understand the 3D how it worked yet, so it was very confusing. I don't know. I like 3D. I don't know why we're talking about that now. But...
I just didn't like use it long periods of time.
Oh yeah.
Corfin was one of those kids that complain because he's 14.
Yeah.
This new game came out that I've been pretty stoked for called Rivals of Either.
I was totally going to mention that for you, too.
You don't need to. I already bought it.
Yeah.
It's $16. It's pretty much a fighting game based off of like Melee's competitive mechanics, pretty much. Specifically Melee rather than like just Smash in general, even though at the end of the day that's what it is. So far so good, really good. I recommend everyone check it out. $16 on Steam.
Yeah, Steam.
I believe it's only on Steam right now. Probably gonna go to other consoles, but so far so good. That's a sweet game.
Kind of looks like Digimon, I'm not going to lie. It looks like a Digimon fighting game, and that kind of made me stoked on it.
Really? I definitely did not get that impression, but that's interesting.
I didn't buy it, I just read an article on it. So, I mean, it could be different in game, but the characters that they had...
You should buy it. We should play.
I'll check it out.
It's really fun.
I'll add on my wish list.
Then you can understand why I love Melee so
Christmas
much.
deals, right? It'll probably be on this, yeah.
Everything's going on bite.
Yeah, well, no, it's early access right now,
I don't want
so it's
Battlefront.
discounted
She's lying.
Already.
in early access.
We'll see.
Still
We'll
$16.
see. I'll add it on the wish list.
Are you guys salty that you're not PC gamers right now?
No.
I'm totally.
They're just saying we're
We're
not
talking about how
invited
you're
to
gonna get
Battlefield.
killed later.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's interesting.
We've all called dibs on certain amiibos.
I'll pick a pack one.
Yeah, it's in the package.
Yeah, if no one wants it.
Easy to take home. So I remember I've been listening to our old podcast, and there was one where I was talking about a couple big Melee tournaments, like big tournaments that are picking up Melee, and you guys had no idea what I was talking about. So now I'm going to talk about MLG. Hopefully you guys know what MLG is. Travis, do you know what MLG is?
Mr. Loves Goose.
Game?
Mr. Loves Goose. Right, it's not Mr. Loves Goose.
Yours is
Taylor,
better.
you know what MLG is.
Yeah.
He's bluffing. He's bluffing.
I do,
Poker
I
face.
swear.
Poker
totally-
I
player.
feel like every gamer should know.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Everyone
the concept of
references it, especially in
MLG.
COD. It was so big in COD. Everyone's just like, I'm MLG, man. Quick scopes. No scopes. MLG. It's just what everyone said.
Well, I don't. Do you know what it is?
You have to finish explaining first.
Well, I'll say the first word, and you say the second.
It's really not to be a trick question at all. Like,
Major.
Major League.
oh, Jessica.
Gamer.
Yeah.
Gaming. Close.
I mean,
Anyway, it's just a tournament series, and actually they had
Got
Melee.
really intense.
They had Melee at the
Yeah.
tournaments like 7 years ago, just for like a couple of years, and then dropped it, and then they picked it up in 2014, and they ran a big tournament, and it went absolutely horribly. They're picking it up again, and they've been talking about all the issues that they know happened with that one, and how they're going to fix it and change it. Whether or not they will, I don't know, but it's a big tournament series, lots of money, hype for Melee. Why are you laughing?
No, I can't get into it on the cast. Just thoughts in my head. After. of like,
Write it
of
down.
of MLG. Just like, there's like all these problems happening. Don't, go, ignore.
I have nothing else to say, Travis.
You're done?
No, I'm not done.
Oh, what?
So are you entering the tournament?
I don't actually know where it is. If it's not too far away, I'll probably go. But it's just like money, and
That is a problem.
money is a
understandably.
problem with school and the vehicle.
Understandably.
It's a big problem.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys want to talk about this now or later, but the Smash ballot ends on October 3rd. That's where you vote for what characters you want to see in Smash. And so I want to talk to you guys like what characters you guys would like to see. Do we want to do this after we talk about all the news? What are you thinking,
I
Travis?
say go now.
Alright.
Because we could forget about it knowing us.
Alright, well, let's start with, I don't know. Jessica, what's up?
Well, I'm
What's
not.
What's up?
How you doing?
How you doing?
I don't know. I'm not as big on Smash as you are.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, for me,
But if the new character came out and you were like, what character would be like, oh, I gotta come over and try to play this character?
In the realm of possibility, though.
I told
right?
you guys to think about this. Okay, well, I guess
well,
you
see,
didn't think about it.
I
so.
did. I thought about it, but I mean, for me, I don't really. Any character that I really know is already on there. Like I play as Pokemon or Zelda, Kirby. I mean, really, I don't.
You're happy with it?
I don't play competitively enough, or even really enough to sit there and be like, I need this character on here.
Yeah, but
Like-
it's not about need, it's about, like, want.
Yeah,
Because you don't need any character, really.
it's true.
You don't even need Mario.
I think you
Maybe
do.
you need Mario. You got Dr. Mario.
I don't
You can
play.
take over.
I don't play
You
Mario.
can
So
take over. You're slowly poisoning the real Mario. Here you go. Have some. I thought about it. I like to piggyback on her. I don't think there's any character these I feel I really need. I feel like the game, if they don't add anybody, I'm fine with everybody that's in there.
Yeah, well, yeah, Smash 4 is an amazing cast.
Yeah, but like
Where it
obviously
is.
I talked about this before. Is Waluigi. I still want Waluigi. I
Mhm.
like him. And we talked about this too. Is Knuckles. I really want Knuckles. I don't really care about Tails, but Knuckles I would like. I want Wolf and Snake back. I know
Mhm.
Snake might.
Actually, yeah, on
Be
my list,
tricky.
I think Smash 4 would be awesome if it just brought back every single character that they
Yeah.
put.
Yeah.
But can they bring back Snake? Like
I wanted Snake back.
I don't know, rights-wise, I
Yeah.
don't know if they can. I feel like they would have if they could.
and this is
But
another.
they've always been really, like, kind of dodgy on that question, so I don't know for sure.
So I'm gonna take this a no.
Yeah,
Well, probably because Kojima's a mess right now, so I don't think they really.
that's probably the issue.
Yeah. So. And then my most one, the same thing it has to do with rights, because I'm not sure because of Rare Replay and whatnot, but would be Banjo-Kazooie. I thought
That
about
would
it,
be
and
cool.
that's the person I'd actually want the most, even more than Waluigi. Like,
Mhm.
I love the Banjo series, one of my favorite series of all time, and yeah, I would kill for Banjo and Kazooie to be in that game. And I think he'd have a lot of cool attacks with, like, Kazooie on the back, and I could imagine his finisher being, like, Kazooie flying, just, like, shooting eggs out, like, all over, like,
Mhm.
yeah, I'd be really... Or, the
You know, people were saying, actually, that He would be like similar to like how Duck Hunt is, how it's like the dog and then the bird and stuff like that.
But way cooler.
Yeah, but way cooler.
Yeah.
I'm guessing there's word that Splatoon characters are already going to be in there.
I don't know. They threw the Miis in there.
See, like,
so that's obviously not the same. They are technically kind of in there, but
I mean, they added Wii Fit Trainer, and Splatoon's a lot more popular than Wii Fit is.
Yeah, I think that would be.
Depends the.
I think that'd be just imagine like a character that like just throws paint all over every stage. I think that'd be super cool.
I think it'd be a fun character to play.
Yeah,
so.
I agree.
I've never played, so I don't know.
Yeah, but you know what it is.
No, I know, but for me, if I haven't played the game, I'm not like, oh, awesome.
Well, it's not like there's any
Splatoon
specific character within Splatoon that you get attached to. They're all just
They're squids.
squid kids.
Yeah, but I'm not
Is
attached
it a
to the
squid or
game
is it a
yet.
kid,
I'm
you
not
know?
attached to the game.
Yeah, but I haven't played it either. I don't own it or anything, but I could still see the the value in adding the character to Smash.
Yeah. No, I can see the value. It's just nothing like for me. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
Cool.
Taylor, you have anybody?
Ezio.
No,
Okay.
realm. Like,
Okay.
okay.
They did say on the ballot you can vote for whoever you want, third party or not.
That would have took a while. Then I would have put Batman in
But
there.
the odds of Ezio making it in there, you know. I want Shrek. I would love to see Shrek in
Dude,
Smash. That would
yes!
be sick. But it's not happening.
Dude.
Sorry to shut that down real quick.
That was really sad. You got my hopes up. I was
Neo
excited.
from the Matrix. See, if you would have said this, I could have thought of a lot of people that go in
Hey
there.
man, James
Jason,
Bond.
Freddy, Michael Myers.
James Bond was supposed to be in Melee originally because of GoldenEye.
Oh, I wish. That would have been
That'd
so cool. Oh, man. Oh, I took every Killer Instinct character. Imagine Scorpion in there.
Yeah, that'd
I
be
mean, they
pretty
could
cool.
add other, like, Mario characters that aren't good guys. Like, there's Dry Bones and Boo and stuff like that. I mean...
I think... I don't
Boo
know,
would be
I
tough.
feel like Dry Bones and Boo don't really deserve it. Like, they don't really
What?
have... They don't
And
really
what,
have much going for them.
Mario does?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's the biggest character of all time in gaming franchises.
Dry Bones within the Mario games walks back and forth, and you jump on his head. He doesn't even jump.
Did you ever play Mario Party? You could play as Dry Bones.
Well, that's
Mario
different, he's
Party
not
he
getting-
plays Dry Bones, because that would be sick.
Mario Party's
Yeah.
just based on Mario, though. This is all Nintendo.
Honestly, but the thing is, Mario already has so many representations, so I don't know
No,
if
we
they
can
need
get rid
anymore.
of Peach. No one likes Peach.
I'd rather them get rid of Rosalina before Peach.
Yeah, get rid of
Peach is the
Rosalina.
classic.
Rosalina's a poor replacement for the Ice Climbers, if you ask
I
me.
thought you were going for a B.
I
It's like,
hated
why?
Ice
Have you met her?
I don't like playing against them or playing as them, but they're just, I don't know, they deserve to be in Smash.
Anyways, Taylor, you have somebody
Yeah.
realistically?
Yeah. Basically what you said, I'd pick Waluigi or more Sonic characters. Like, I think if they had, not really Shadow, because that would be like,
I'd still take it.
Lucina to Marth, kind of.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's just it. They have Fox and Falcon. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could do Shadow.
wait,
Well, I don't think
Wait,
it...
wait, what?
I had Shadow on my list.
Don't get on
I was
her.
a big
Just leave
Shadow
it. Leave it be.
I'll leave it. It hurts, but I'll let it be.
As I said, I don't play enough Smash to really...
His name is Falco. That's all I'm
Sorry.
going to say.
Is that your list? Kirkland?
What?
Do you...
Did you forget the topic?
No, I got my list. I didn't know you were talking about something else. Well, like I already said, I would add I would add Snake if they could.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
because he was one of my favorite characters.
He is awesome.
And then, like he said, Taylor here, he said Shadow. I've always been a Shadow fan, so I'd add him. And another character from Metal Gear Solid series I'd add was Raiden. You guys know who that is? If you're a Metal Gear Solid.
Who is he again?
You,
Tell me a little bit about him. I
He,
definitely
Your name
remember
sounds
it.
familiar. Why can't I put the face? I played most of the
Um,
games. I'm just... What is
I'm
it?
trying to get a photo. But in the meantime, you see him in Metal Gear Solid, I think maybe one of the earlier ones, but I remember seeing him in 4, and he's just such a badass. He had like really like sick samurai sword, and he just like basically, because you're a snake, you have to like sneak through this entire area, and he just like killed everyone. He actually got his own game that came out. I think it was before Ground Zeroes came out.
Oh, was that when... That was one of the first times they did one on 360 as well?
Yeah, I
it was
think
kind of
so.
like a weird prequel or something
I
like
think
that.
so.
I
And
know
it
what you're
was-
talking
yeah,
about now.
it was that character.
Yeah.
And he
That'd be scary and
yeah,
Smash.
he'd be really overpowered, I think.
Yeah.
But I've always liked that character, so
Yeah.
that's who I'd vote for if they had Snake.
You could
Or,
really
not
do like a Super
Gear
Metal
Solid.
Gear Smash with
Yeah,
all just the
exactly.
characters,
Yeah,
because
they-
there's so many
They
messed
have,
up...
they have a lot of cool characters.
Yeah.
Is there really that many like cool characters in those games?
Oh yeah, it's very much, I consider like the Tarantino, like Pulp Fiction of games. It's not just like, oh yeah, even side characters, like they have something. Even like the newest one, like your dog has a personality. Like he has like, of course he has an eye patch, and like he actually has his own knife where he slits people's throat with it. And like you can get this girl named Quiet who doesn't speak, but she's like the greatest sniper in the world, and she still has her personality. And like, oh, and she can turn invisible. And
I feel like Quiet is not a good name.
But she's quiet. That's part that it's tongue in cheek. Like that's why I say it's like Pulp Fiction. It's supposed to be like, you get it, quiet. Like it's very meta, very fourth wall, and like those games are brilliant. Like
I really like that series.
I would love a movie, but it's one of these games where like that would be I think maybe other than Mario, I think this might be the hardest game to do into a movie because I feel like a lot of people wouldn't get it. The action stuff you could do, but the actual like jokes and when I feel it would be so out there.
I think it would be awesome if they made a movie about it, but
they were trying 5 years ago.
Yeah,
and then it dead.
It actually does seem like something that would be good for a movie. Actually, now that I think about it.
Well, like just the cutscenes alone. Insane. Like in the games, have you played them?
It was supposed to be Christian Bale who was playing him. The guy who played Batman in Dark Knight. He was supposed to be it, cool. And yeah, that would have been really cool actually. But yeah. So anyways, do you have any, or did you say who you want Smash?
I'll talk about a couple. Okay, the first thing I think is Donkey Kong as a series has like. Only has 2 characters, which I think is completely silly. And there's so many characters within the Donkey Kong series they could use. Like, anyone from the DK crew or K. Rool is pretty much what I want to see. I
was with you at K. Rool, and I was going to put on, like, Cranky Kong and Dixie Kong, but I thought, wouldn't people complain that they pay too much similar? Like, Dixie and Diddy would be similar and whatnot. Like, and, like, if you were to put in, like, who's, like, the other... not Lanky Kong. There's another big...
Chunky Kong?
Yeah, like, he would be very similar to Donkey Kong.
Their names are so good.
Lanky, Chunky, Cranky.
Funky, yeah.
Yeah.
Candy
Kong.
He
said Funky. I'm like, I didn't meet that Kong.
That's the guy with the rocket launcher. No, honestly, well, because I think at this point, even like, I think Funky Kong is a good example, because he looks exactly like Donkey Kong, so he could, even if he functioned the exact same, but his specials were just like projectiles, that would be totally fitting to the character. Yeah. If you put Dixie Kong as like similar to Diddy Kong, like as a clone, I think that's fine, because at least they're there, rather than Donkey Kong having only 2 characters, because I think it's better to have a clone and have them like not be that interesting than just have nothing there, because I've never understood why Donkey Kong has been so underrepresented in Smash. Yeah. It really doesn't make sense. Like, it took them until Brawl to put Diddy Kong in, that's it. And they didn't add anything in Smash 4. The other thing is Legend of Zelda. I think they kind of cheaped out on that. Because when you think about it, the only new character that they've added was in Brawl. They added Toon Link. But at the end of the day, he was just the same as Link, or like a replacement for Young Link. So they really haven't added a new Legend of Zelda character since 2001 in Smash, which is...
Especially with Hyrule Warriors and all the characters you got to play as through
like
that.
Darunia, I think, would be sweet in Smash. Girahim would be awesome. Even like Toon Zelda or Toon Sheik or something. They're really cool. I think, and then actually the other thing is like Ganon. I don't know why they haven't changed him yet. Because there's actually a character, now I don't think F-Zero deserves any more representations because it's such a tiny series. Yeah. But there's a character called Black Shadow who looks exactly like Ganondorf pretty much, like the same build and everything. And I saw someone's idea was to just give Black Shadow Ganon's moveset and then give Ganon like a moveset that represents like him as like a Zelda character. Mm-hmm. I think that would just be so perfect. And I don't. Have any of you heard of Project M? I doubt it, but it's a.
I recognize it. I couldn't tell you what it was.
Project M was a brawl mod that was made to make Brawl more similar to Melee and like mechanic wise and like competitive, pretty much the competitive aspects. And anyone who's listening, you guys too, I'll show you search Project Ganondorf trailer in YouTube. It'll show you a video, and it's really cool. They changed Ganondorf completely to like actually have magic and a sword just like in his games. And so there is tons of stuff they could do, and the video shows like exactly like a perfect moveset you could give him. So I don't know, those are pretty much it's Donkey Kong and Zelda, I think. Kind of deserve more. And then just like Travis said, just bring characters back. Like Squirtle is super cool. I loved Ivysaur. Snake. Young Link, I liked Young Link, but if we had 3 Links that might be a little weird. Ice Climbers, I don't like them, but I like them at the same time. And then Pichu. Everyone loves Pichu. We gotta have Pichu back.
Really?
I love Pichu. Pichu's sick.
You know, I agree and I disagree. One, just because with the new Pokemon fighting game coming out, really, you don't overly need to add more Pokemon to Smash, because Pokemon's gonna get their own game.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Pokemon already has a ton of characters, but I just think they should bring back everyone. I think every character is so special in its own way. So, and Pichu is awesome.
Why not the hand? Why don't they
Master
figure out a
hand?
way? Yeah, why don't
Play
they
as
figure out a way
Master
to
Hand?
play as Master Hand?
You know, there's actually a
'Cause you
glitch
can
in
walk
Melee
like
that you
that.
can play as him. I've never done it. I think you need like the 1.0 version, but there is a way to do it. I don't think that would work. Like no flying characters.
But he could walk like this.
Yeah, he could. No, I think that'd be cool, but I feel like at this point he's kind of that like. He's just like a concept or a boss.
The
for
thing
this
with
match.
Smash is I feel like, and even if, like, we'll have to see what happens when you get to Smash 5 eventually, but I feel like all the really, really big people that I wanted are there. There's little things I can nitpick, but now I'm just kind of like, oh, it'd be great if this person were. But the second they added in, like, Mega Man, Pac-Man, and Sonic, to me those were, like, the big three. Like, okay, we got everyone really big we can get, right, that hasn't been here. So that's why it's like, to me, I would love these characters, but if they never happen, I'm not going to be like, oh, damn, I didn't get Waluigi, or oh, damn, I didn't get, like, King K. Rool.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's a great set of characters. I think they did a really good job. That pretty much my only complaints are that Legend of Zelda and Donkey Kong are kind of getting shafted and having nothing really going for them.
Yeah.
So those would be my like two big excuses.
Blame your
I could
Fire
talk
Emblem.
about what?
Blame Fire Emblem.
Such good characters, though.
No, I mean, as a Fire Emblem fan, I think they could do more with Fire Emblem. They really haven't changed much. Three of the characters are like the exact same.
Yeah.
But you know, I can't complain. I have 5 Fire Emblem characters, so I can't complain about that. Were you about to say something, Jessica?
Yeah, well, what they could do, just to, like, expand, is have characters kind of with, you know, if you want almost, like, same moveset but different skin. So, like, you know, under Pac-Man, you could trigger and turn to Miss Pac-Man. Under Diddy Kong, you could click and go to Candy Kong.
Yeah, that's something I think they should definitely do more of. Like, the only one they have Olimar and then Elf. So they did kind of do that, but...
I mean, because then they
it's
don't
very
have to
limited.
worry about coding different moves that are going to be extremely similar, but you can play in a different skin. So, you know, Diddy Kong and Candy Kong can be pretty much exactly the same, just a different skin. So then, you know, it might not be completely original, but then you can add more options in by just having that.
Yeah, and I think that would be great, because that would definitely just give the series more representation. I think that's a great alternative.
Click through 107 or 700
And that's
Pokemon.
easier, too. It's easier for them to do
Just
it.
one Pokemon square, and you just sit there and click through all of them.
Everyone's doing Pikachu attacks. No, that was my base problem with Pac-Man. It's like, how did you not add Miss Pac-Man? It's the easiest. Just throw a bow on him and some
Yeah.
lipstick. Like, I was so mad. Like, what? You know, and same thing with Shadow. They could really do that with Sonic.
Yeah,
just
it's
do
like the
that.
same thing
And
almost.
same even with Knuckles. Really, like, not so much, but if they wanted to.
Well, that's... like
Only one is Tails,
essentially,
like
that's
Screw
what,
Tails.
like, Dr. Mario and Lucina are. Like, they actually did just take the animations and all that stuff, and, like, the hitboxes and everything. They just copied that over
You
and
can tell.
changed the stats.
Yeah.
So, I think it'd be super... Like, that's my example of Funky Kong for Donkey Kong. Give them the exact same moveset, change the specials. That's not a whole lot of work. And then, boom, you have a whole new character.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong now has 3 representations. I think it's easy, but apparently not.
Why not? Well, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Have to keep us updated.
So yeah, that ends on October 3rd. They never even have said what they're going to do with it. If they're going to take the number 1 voted.
Nothing.
If they're going
Yeah, we're
to...
seeing going.
or if they're just going to look at it and pick
this
characters that
person
are high
won.
up.
Let's not do it.
So, I don't know.
One character I think they could add is Dr. Eggman in the Sonic series.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would love to have more villains. So
Yeah.
Well,
If they have Bowser Jr., they can have him. In
Yeah, I
his
was gonna
little-
say all they would have to do is take the Bowser Jr., you know, the coding, and just change how it looks.
Yeah.
It's
Pretty
the
much,
exact
yeah.
same.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, that's all I...
Are you done with your
I-
donuts?
I could talk about the Smash roster for
Oh, we know.
probably 8 hours. So I'll just say Donkey Kong Legend of Zelda. That's what I want to see.
You want a Donkey Kong Legend of Zelda game?
Oh my god.
I know, I'm joking.
What's up, Jessica? What do you got?
okay,
That's all my news.
You look like a
I actually
secretary.
wrote
You got,
stuff
like,
down.
notes
I
and you
know
got, like,
I
a
can be
pen.
Taylor and make noise with my paper.
I just got a piece of paper. You got
Yep.
a whole
Yeah.
tree there.
Oh, tree.
It's my notepad. It's for school and stuff to feel important
And podcast.
and podcasts. Yeah, I actually wrote stuff down this time. You guys should be impressed.
Very.
Yeah, it's
The
a good-
force is strong with this one.
Okay, well you want to start with Star Wars? Rumors
Transition.
that Hayden Christensen is supposed to be playing Darth Vader in the new Star Wars.
All 3 of us had this.
Yeah.
That's good.
I figured it would come up, but I don't know. I think that's pretty. Yes.
You go first. You're gonna be more positive.
Oh, yeah?
I'm positive on it. I'm with
Well,
you.
no, first tell us what you think, because you spring off. So why are you positive about it?
I just like the idea of keeping cast from and bringing them forward. I just think it kind of just adds to, I guess, not continuity. I don't know quite what the word I'm looking for is.
I think I know what you're getting at.
I think it kind of is, because if they were to recast, but unless you're not done.
No, if you want to add on it, go ahead.
Travis is really stoked to say what he has to say.
I know, he's like, you couldn't finish!
No, I'm not stoked. No, I'm not like, you'll see.
Well, I think maybe with a good script this time, hopefully we'll see what he can do. Because, I'll see Revenge of the Sith. I'm not going to get into that, but
You underestimate my power!
Gosh.
I've seen the lies of the Jedi!
You're screaming now. You're spiking the audio.
I think you and I need to reenact that scene one time live on the
we
podcast.
should. I can quote Revenge of the Sith word for word. I'm not even kidding.
I think on our Star Wars month we'll do that. Anyways, continue.
I think it's okay that he's coming back. I think it's good, but I was trying to figure out if he's coming for Star Wars 8, what's he going to be coming back as? Is he going to be a what?
Oh, I know what you're about to say, and this is what makes me worried.
Well, how he's going to come back as a ghost form, because that's like everyone was ticked off about it, and I was especially too, how they changed it in the remake, or the re-edit, I guess you call it.
For you, though, that don't know, I'm not sure if you two know this, and I'm not even sure you know this, but what happened was George Lucas, he had this great idea that he wanted to re-release the original 3 trilogy, but he wanted to add a few special effects to them. Oh, I hate you, George Lucas. I love you, but I hate you at the same time. Yeah, few is an abundance. Like, stuff like Jabba's Palace, they add a good 2-3 minute dance scene of CGI animals or creatures, just for the sake of adding it there. And at the end, the Ewoks are all celebrating, which, by the way, they changed the celebration song. Sorry again, but no, I'm not. But George Lucas, like...
Travis is fired up, everyone.
It's a classic song that goes with, like, chick, chick, da-na-na-na-na. You know the song, right?
I
do. Yeah.
Copyright infringement?
Whatever. Come at me, George Lucas. They changed...
Just go after Travis.
Yeah, I'm already dead, so...
Yeah.
Go for you.
They changed it right away, but at the end, so anyways, they've beat everybody. Spoilers, they win in the end. They beat everybody and they're celebrating, and you guys know this moment of Luke, he looks over and he starts seeing the ghost, right? So he sees Obi-Wan, and he's there smiling, and he sees Yoda, and he's there smiling, and he sees his dad, who he just took off his helmet, and he's smiling, and they're like, good job, Luke, like, you did it. And then, in this new version, though, he looks over, Obi-Wan's there, looks over, Yoda's there. He looks over, and Hayden Christensen is there now, in young form. So, like, completely edited the original actor out of it, and replaced Hayden Christensen as a ghost, and he's standing there really awkward.
That, though?
What is the point?
Well, no, because that was before he got burned and before he officially really became Darth Vader, so I think that's what George Lucas was going for.
He doesn't know what he looks like!
What do you mean?
He doesn't know what he looked like!
What do you mean?
Anakin! He didn't see him!
I'm confused.
Luke doesn't know what Anakin looks like, and he's seen this young dude, so he'd be like, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah.
And no, at the end, they figured out... How creepy is
Some
that?
random Jedi here.
Yeah. And they fixed it perfectly at
Who's
the
that
end
guy?
of the original. He saw his dad all burnt up, but then when he saw his Force dad, it was him not burnt up and looking nice, and that was the perfect way to do it.
It was.
Sorry,
Slow down,
people.
slow down.
No, I definitely agree it was, but I just saw it as them trying to make it look like, oh, this is him before he really became Darth Vader in the suit. It's what he looks like before he got all burnt up.
And they didn't even have him film anything. They just took a clip from the movie and pasted it in there, and he's like moving around as a ghost. And yeah, the script was a big problem in Episode 3. That last scene, I actually just saw it a couple days ago, and it's awful between him and Obi-Wan. But I just don't understand what they need him for. If it's a Force ghost, I don't like that, because I don't want Mark Hamill talking to Hayden Christensen. It's kind of weird. You would think he'd be talking to Obi-Wan, which I know Obi-Wan's dead, but like they didn't. Why don't they have Ewan McGregor there then? Like, that's the thing. Like, he has more of a connection with Obi-Wan. He talked to his dad for T-minus 30 seconds. His dad just passes away.
Yeah.
And then, like, I don't know. I don't like the Force Ghost, and then there's rumors he could be in Rogue One, and if he's being Darth Vader, I don't know. Why do they need him? If he doesn't show his face at all, they could just hire some stunt guy.
That's all I've heard is just that he's Darth Vader. I haven't heard rumors of ghosts or anything like
Yeah.
that. So
Which is cool for him, and I get it, it's fine, but it's just kind of like he technically did not play Darth Vader. He played Anakin. He played Darth Vader for 30 seconds in a movie with the helmet. And like even then he looked really awkward moving around as Vader when he had like he looked awkward. So I would rather than just go cast some really cool stunt guy to do it. And like I don't know, it's
I think, well, it doesn't stop at just ghost form either. I think that there's a huge area available for flashbacks too if they decide to do that. Especially in Rogue One, they can show Hayden Christensen, maybe even Ewan McGregor. I have trouble saying his first name.
Ewan?
Yeah. I think there's
Bring him back.
They should. They definitely should bring him back. But I think I can see them doing flashbacks, probably, especially in not Rogue One, Star Wars 8, because, I mean, all the clues that have been popping up, like, you see Finn, the black guy in there, he's got...
Just Finn.
Yeah, just Finn. He's got Anakin's original lightsaber. And
I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't have known that's who the person was.
Okay.
He didn't say that, so...
Okay, that's fair.
It's just funny.
did you guys recognize that?
Yes.
And then you hear stuff like, rumors like the toy of Kylo Ren saying, that weapon belongs to me. So, and then Kylo Ren having his mask modeled after Darth Vader, like he's like a Darth Vader fanatic of some kind. So, I think he's
a Skywalker.
You think so?
Yeah. The way it's playing out. If he thinks that lightsaber's his, and he's like, pretty much they've described him in a nice way that he's a Vader fanboy. So he's just like a guy that like grew up being a Jedi and loves Darth Vader. So it's like, that could be his grandfather. If that's Luke's lightsaber and he wants it, that's technically his if he's Luke's son. Because in the
Luke's
books,
son is technically, his name's Luke's son's name is different, and his grandson's name is different. Than Kylo.
But that Kylo, remember they said that's just a moniker he takes on.
Ren is the name.
Yeah, but
Kylo is his name, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, but they also said they're not following the books though. They're gonna take stuff from it. They're gonna change it up.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, the only Skywalker they said in the books that turns to the dark side is Leia and Han's kid.
Yeah, one of the twins.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy and the girl stays solid. Good job, girl. It'll be interesting to see. I'll have to see how they bring him back, but I'm not excited for it.
You guys kind of took over that.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Anyway, I'm sure you, Kirkland, probably saw this, but there was a Attack on Titan.
Oh my God.
The official trailer for the movie, the live action,
Yeah.
was released. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, do you hear they decided to do it in 2 parts?
Oh, I did hear about that.
Yeah, part 1 is coming out on the 30th, and then part 2 on October 20th.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not too far apart, at least, which is better than a lot of movies where it's like a year and a half. But if you're interested at all,
I've heard good things about that show.
So I was going to say, you've teased it a bunch of times. Describe, between the two of you, describe what it is about. Because I do see it post a lot, but I have no idea what it is.
So basically, the Titans are like massive humanoid-looking creatures attacking. There's like last stands of cities with giant walls around them to try and keep them out. And there's kind of like attack forces that go and try and stop them and take them down and kill them so that way they don't come and like kill their village.
Alright.
So that kind of yeah, okay.
That was pretty good.
A basic summary.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the Titans in the trailer actually look really good. I wasn't really sure what to expect for that. Just being live action, the main Titan that everyone kind of knows is all just like muscle. But they kind of did a really good job portraying him and not making him look too disgustingly CGI, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Anything to add on that?
When I first heard about the live action version, I was such a big fan of the show, and I am still. So I was a little worried that like seeing like the characters of like actual people, I thought it would be a little weird. But after seeing the trailer, I think it's gonna be really cool because you're sort of seeing what the Titans would be like if it was like real life, where it's like in like the anime you don't really get to see that because they are like cartoons. But yeah, I'm really excited. It looks really, really nice. The Titans look scary.
I think it'll open a new wave of cosplay as well.
Yeah.
Being able to see the live action, I think next season for Con is going to be pretty cool. Get a lot of cool pictures that'll spring up.
Yeah.
Do you know if it's going to get a wide release in North America? Like, would it be like at every theater? Or is it going to kind of be like at the Paramount?
I think it's gonna be kind of like Dragon Ball Z that just came out, where it was like 1 or 2 weekends. It kind of gets it's not gonna be huge though.
Okay.
But I did notice on the site that I read this on that there was a listing for you could pre-buy tickets for it. So it has been announced that it will be in theaters. So it just kind of depends.
Well, I mean, if the other one's coming out 3 or 4 weeks after the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll probably be they'll get 2 or 3 weeks,
and
then the next one will get 2 or 3 weeks, and that's about it. So it's not a huge market. I mean, 2 out of the 5 of us are gonna watch it. So,
yeah, that's why I asked, because you had to drive to Vancouver to see Dragon Ball Z. That's what I was meaning.
Dragon Ball Z played here. You just happened to be in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Oh, liar!
Yeah. Anyway, other news. Harry Potter actually has 2 things. Cursed Child, the play in London, has been announced that that's also going to be in 2 parts. Which is pretty exciting. It means there'll be a lot more information if it's not able to be in, one solid play, which is always nice as part of that fan base to get more information. And as well, there was a new story released on Pottermore. If any of you guys know what that is,
Fan fiction.
No, it's the official. It's the official site, and. She actually just released another story on it 2 days ago, and it's all the history for the Potter family. So it talks about Lily and James and what they did before Voldemort killed them. So,
Spoiler.
Yeah, no one knew that. No one knew that Harry was an orphan.
At the beginning of the first
I'm pretty sure if you read the back of the first book, that is the description on the back of the first book.
Come
so,
on, JK.
Yeah, some people don't read the back of the
Yeah, I
don't. Be
don't.
surprised.
With the back to the play, how's that going to work with the 2 parts? Is it like you see one and the other one's playing somewhere else, or you see one and then months later they're doing a part 2?
I'm not 100% sure.
That's how I wasn't sure, because it being live actors, I was like, that's kind of weird. Like, it's probably better for information. Like, you couldn't do one, but that was my only thing. Like, how do you see one and then see the other?
I could see it being one part and then a couple months later being the second. I mean, look at Mockingjay, look at the Harry Potter final movie.
Yeah.
Look at, Twilight. A lot of movies, they'll take the final, or, whatever it is, and make it into 2 parts. You'll have 2 parts of movies. Attack on Titans, they're getting 2 parts.
But that's with a movie. You can just film it and then split up. That's the thing, like, I
Maybe
could travel.
like,
what if I go travel see this play, but then I see it, and then I have to go home and like see it? Like, I want to know how they're going to do that with a play with real people.
A best option would be, obviously, for the actor to learn the whole thing and know the whole thing, and then just do like a Friday, have like 1 part, maybe a Saturday have the second part or something. I don't know.
That's the way I kind of see it.
Because if you're traveling to go see it,
that sucks. You see 1 part and then like part 2 in 6 months.
I don't think they would do that, because I wouldn't want to go see just 1 part. I don't think.
Yeah.
Especially if it's the second part, you're not going to want to go see the second part only.
Never mind. Someone's gonna ask, "Where's his parents?" in the middle of the second part. Voldemort killed his parents.
You're not allowed to come with me when I
We
go.
should have saw the first one. Oh, I know, I'm terrible.
So, but yeah. So anyway, when more news comes available, I'll see if I can find it. But I don't really know as of right now what the plan is, because I've never gone to a live action play in 2 parts.
Yeah.
So,
Interesting concept.
It's first, it's a ballsy.
Well, I mean, it is Harry Potter, right? So people are interested.
They'll make
just
money.
because of that.
Yeah. Well, especially, she's been putting out a lot of new information recently. Like trying to get people brought back in, like saying that James Potter was sorted into Gryffindor, and saying, happy birthday to Hermione and stuff like that. So, I mean, she's trying to get kind of the ball rolling again on it, so...
you think she'll ever do another book? Like, full-on book?
Was that supposed to be a pun? Get the ball rolling?
On what?
Because her last name? It's like rolling.
That was good.
You pointed out, thank you. It's totally what I was going for.
Like
They're making some terrible Quidditch joke. I'm like, they don't even roll. They fly the balls.
I think she's talked about making another one.
Yeah.
But whether or not it'll happen, especially if she's able to make money doing plays and putting stuff on Pottermore and not having to actually...
I've heard a lot of people want this, and I'm the person that agree. I want this more than a sequel. I want a prequels with like James Lilly.
Okay, we'll go on
And
Pottermore.
Yeah, but no, I want a film.
Oh, okay,
like,
no, you want like
their
like,
school years.
okay.
Yeah.
Back
Snape
with, like,
obsessing
Sirius
over.
and-
Literally, I want to see that. Like, which I'm so mad they cast Ezra Miller in Beasts of the Wild thing, 'cause he would have been a perfect Snape, like young Snape.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He would have been perfect. So when I saw him, I'm like, well, I'm not getting no prequel.
Oh.
That was the guy right there.
I don't know. I mean, if enough people ask for it, I mean, I'd watch it. But I think casting for that would be interesting, considering you've already seen Remus, Sirius, you know, Lupin. Like, you already have all these ideas of what the characters look like, so trying to make sure you get the right character to play a younger version.
Hayden Christensen.
No.
Playing Snape.
No.
Everyone's 16. He's
You
like 32.
underestimate my power.
Yeah. Always! Hayden, you don't gotta yell your lines, man. You're just talking to Padme.
Or like that character just shows up as a ghost in Hogwarts or something.
Oh, wrong movie. And like, what's his name? What's
Shows
his
up
name
in
the
the next
fire?
Luigi's Mansion. Just shows
Who's
up everywhere.
Sirius Black? Like, yeah, he shows up for Luke and like, whoops, he's in the Ewok fire at the end of it. Like, hey, my name's Luke, bro. I don't know what
Crossover of the century.
Yeah, along with that, and remember Marvel and Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah.
Huge crossovers coming in 2025.
We already know I got my tickets for
Right, you got your tickets for the unmade movie.
You guys haven't re-listened to the podcast, but you would get the joke if you remembered that part.
We had to, preparation for 10, the big one.
The big one. That's this one.
That escalated really quickly.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Travis just took it and just went.
He does that.
Yeah.
Gets fired up.
A show that you missed, Once Upon a Time, season 5 is
Okay,
starting.
not that I missed it. I'm talking about the things that I know
Yeah,
about.
To jump to his defense, he was talking.
Continue.
His defense, he was talking about new series, like series that didn't have other seasons, right?
Actually, Heroes.
But that's
had-
technically Reborn as a new series, right? It's separate from Heroes.
Okay, well, it's Reborn as season 5.
And he talked about Spot, Black Spot, and then what else did he
Blind
talk about?
Spot.
Black Spot. That's a dog one. The troubles of Wolfington in New York.
Well, anyway,
It's a real
continuing.
struggle.
Once Upon a Time starts on the
struggle of
27th.
Woof. Sorry.
Finish. Talk about Black
The
Spot.
struggle is Woof. Go. Like, because you said dog, Wolfington, the struggle is real.
What's up, Jessica?
Yeah, go.
Okay. Once Upon a Time starts on September 27th. It'll be an interesting season. They've got Merida from Brave coming. Yeah. As well as... You don't know who Merida is?
I actually thought it was Legolas, so I'm totally wrong. No.
It's Disney, like...
Another crossover. All of a sudden, they're like looking for that.
I need to, like, tape Travis.
Okay,
Like-
he did crossovers too. That's no fair. I just have another one. I
It's all
won't,
about execution.
I won't pitch it. I won't pitch it. Fine.
Everything I've said, you're just like, oh, I got something to say over you.
That's a good sign. You always say we don't discuss, but fine. I'm
Would
gonna
you
sit here.
rather have that or just you talking about something for 5 minutes and no one saying anything?
You know what? I've gotten used to it now, so...
It's just the nature of the cast.
And then something else, if you guys have heard, there's been word that if there was going to be a Zelda movie, that they would be okay casting Link as a girl. Anyone heard about that?
I think it's funny.
So Link in the movie would be a girl in the
Yeah.
movie,
What
or
about
the
Zelda?
actor playing
Would
like
Zelda
be a man?
boy would be played by a girl.
Like Peter Pan.
A female actor.
actress.
I don't mind that.
I don't like it.
I think it'd be funny if they made Zelda a man.
Just in a dress and Ganondorf's a big burly, like,
Something.
guy or girl.
Like it's good equality and all that.
Yeah, but no, because you know what happens? The same thing people are talking about James Bond. Like, why don't they make a girl James Bond? Because if Hunger Games came out and goddamn Sean Penn was playing Katniss, people would
I
rage.
would love it.
Yeah, I would too, but people would rage. It's the same thing of like... It's the exact same thing. Like, I'm not trying to get in this big debate about this, but it's the same way of casting like white and black people. You know, like I agree with like lots of black actors right now saying like, no, don't cast as white people. Go like write us good roles. You know, like write a character that I can't remember who said, but someone said that about playing James Bond. He's an African American. He's like, no, like write me a good character and I'll play that. I don't need to go play that.
I think that's different, because I don't think that race
Me
affects
too.
the character, but I think that Link is a guy. That
Yeah.
Link does not have boobs. Link is
Yeah,
a guy.
no, I agree with that. I just mean like,
So if you've gone like all this time thinking you're reading your comic books and playing your Batman games, and then they cast a female Batman.
No, I don't see it. Because that's really different in the core. The color, I agree with that. It shouldn't really matter that much. I feel like it depends the time of the story. Like, you can't, like, there's things like 12 Years a Slave where it has to be, that. But with that, like, that's completely different. That's completely different. Same thing as James Bond. That's completely different if a female is in that. And I don't agree with that because it's the other way that I just see it a lot on Twitter. And you can't comment because then you'll be sexist. But if it was the other way around, females would be pissed if Katniss was being played by a guy. Like, they would... But now lots of people hit you with the whole, like, oh, it's like that, equality, like, oh, like, it doesn't... It's a new age. It's like, no, like, that's the character. Like, this is the way it should stick. Like, he was written as a man, she was written as a woman. Don't change it up. If they put out a new Zelda game, like, all of a sudden Link's a girl now, okay, maybe then, but...
I don't mean, like Link being a girl in the movie. I mean that he's still a guy, technically, in the game, and he still looks like a guy and everything, but they just have a girl actress playing as him, but
same thing.
But then why wouldn't they just get a guy?
Because maybe they couldn't find a guy, because Link does have that
no
look
one's going to apply to play.
Yeah, maybe she
Link
looks
has a girl
exactly
look.
like the character that they're looking for.
But I don't think so, because...
it depends on what they do, like... Is he going to have lines, or is he just going to be doing his normal Link? Like that,
he has to have lines. He has to.
Like, when you look at some Link cosplay where it's girls dressing up as Link, they pull it off pretty dang good. If you've seen...
Yeah, but that's cosplay. That's a different thing.
Still, you can imagine if they had the full costume design.
You can have people dressing up as Vaporeon. That's just what you do as cosplay.
And
it doesn't matter.
Crossplay is a normal thing. There is a section of cosplay called crossplay, which is playing someone of an opposite gender. That's a normal thing, and that's not an official movie sponsored by Nintendo for a male character.
It's just people repping who
that's just someone that enjoys
I know, but
dressing up.
I'm just saying, like, the fact when you have these girls dressing up as Link, they pull off looking like Link really, really well.
Link is definitely feminine enough that you could do it, but I just don't think they should.
I've seen many guys that look good as Link, though. That's a pretty invalid argument.
But then there's the reverse. What if a guy could look enough like Katniss? And you'd have no problem with that if, like, he had, like, they put a wig on him and he had...
Seriously, go for
it. That's double standard.
Okay,
you can't be fine with Zelda and not be fine with something else.
Okay, no, in the new Assassin movie, or say there's an Assassin movie, and they had Ezio played by a chick.
Going to the core
if Ezio was played by a chick and it looked like Ezio, sounded Italian... I honestly wouldn't mind that. I'm serious.
I feel like that's a straight-faced lie.
If they changed it where, Ezio's born as a woman and she walks around in as a dress but named Ezio, that's where I'd have the problem. But if it's a female actress that pulls off looking like a man...
hair and everything, like,
if she has the beard,
who knows?
And pull it off, go for it.
This is going to be a debate one time. We're going to look down at things because there's a...
It's all discussion.
We'll have to go. I'll one time research it. We'll go back all the way to Peter Pan the first time when she played Peter. There was a woman that played the original Peter Pan. That was the very first one, but it's happened a couple times here and there. And apparently Tilda Swinton might be playing a dude in Doctor Strange. That's the other rumor going around. So
I don't know. Race, skin color, hair color, whatever. But I feel it's a girl playing a guy. That it's not like say you read a book with no. Sexual pronouns, you just read about a character. It's someone that like...
Named Jordan. So go either way.
Yeah, So, but we've been playing this game as a guy trying to save a girl, for...
Boom, what happens if he has to kiss her and it's a Nintendo movie? And so you got girls kissing each other?
Get a lesbian.
Yeah, but that's Nintendo? You think they're going to throw up a lesbian kiss scene? Which, sorry, we're not past that point.
Let's take it one step further. Female Ganondorf. You don't want that.
Well, no,
what if Liam Neeson is kissing a dude?
I don't get
or Liam Neeson, Liam Hemsworth. No, we're not. Because we're not going too far. Because if you say that,
the sweet audacity just got destroyed. I'm so sorry.
If you're saying that's okay, then it will eventually steamroll and if that's okay, we'll do this and we'll do this.
But for how you guys are describing it, it seems like you guys are still seeing it how it's like that's a female Link.
No, I'm seeing... No, I'm not. I'm seeing...
Yeah, but if it looks exactly like a guy, sounds exactly like a guy, I don't know, flat in the chest, basically, looks exactly like a guy, it depends how it looks, but it might, they could pull it off. I'm
not saying they couldn't pull it off, but I'm saying I still wouldn't like it. I wouldn't...
Yeah. But what if you couldn't tell, though? That's the thing.
But because I'm not a kid anymore. In this day and age, it's gonna say like Kate Mara playing Link, and I'll be like, that's kind of strange.
Yeah, but like for someone who's
it's not Master Chief who is like has a helmet.
Someone who hasn't like learned about the movie, they just go and look at it and be like, oh, I didn't even tell that it was a female.
Yeah, but we're not talking about those people. People that are listening to this podcast are not those people. People that are listening to this podcast are not like, oh, that looks like a cool movie. Like, they're invested in it. Like, they'll pay something, like, whether they're a fan of this or that. Like,
all right.
I don't know. I would never be okay with that.
What do you think?
Yeah.
I've already talked about it. I think they should definitely have a male as the Link, for sure. Yeah.
Even if they, like, wrap the chest and, like, they didn't have lines, so it's not a female voice, it's just... Like, I get you're going for the girlish features that Link has. I think it should be a man. It's a male character that just doesn't make sense to have it cast as a female. Especially, like, what are you going to do when you have, you have your final fight scene, and you're going to have Link, who's, 4'10" little girl, up against a giant 6-foot tall guy? Like, it just won't seem...
Played by The Rock.
Yeah.
Gandor. Do we know a height on, like, an official height on Link?
Probably.
We got the Historia guide up there. We could look it up.
They probably have.
Okay.
Well,
have to look into
you have to take into account the 3 different timelines, right? It'd be different in each one of those.
And then I feel like, because, well, that's what I mean. Would Little Link be in the movie? Because that would be I think you could really tell a little girl from a little boy then, too.
I think it'd be harder to tell a little girl from a little boy to a grown female.
I guess it depends.
If there's any doubt that's like, wait, is that actually a female? I think that would just ruin the immersion of it. You'd
be thinking about that the whole movie, and that's the people that don't know. They think about that the whole movie. Like, is this a chick? Is this a dude? And for some people that would ruin it.
And especially if it's like a well-known actor or actress, you're sitting there, you're like, wait, do I know them? You're like, I thought that's supposed to be a girl, and then it kind of, like the whole movie, you're just like, where do I know this person from? But I do agree that if it was a little kid, a little girl is harder to tell from a little boy. Like, how often do you have, like, a kid cuts their hair and the mom has to put on a dress and earrings so that way people don't call it a little boy?
That's true, but in Game of Thrones, they try and say Arya's a little boy, and, like, she never looked like a little boy. Even when they, like, first propped her up, like, no, this is a chick. It's like, I don't know, they'd have to do it really well. Because...
I just think they should not do it.
No, I agree.
I think the easiest way to avoid the problem is, just don't put a female in there.
Mm-hmm. They can cast Hayden Christensen.
He gets so many roles. That's just young Link. His like,
Like, for me personally, I'm definitely towards, like, casting as a male, but I was just discussing.
You wouldn't be opposed if it happened.
Like, but, like, I would be if it ruined it. I would be if it ruined it. Like, if it didn't ruin it, if they pulled it off, I'd be like, yeah, it wasn't bad because they had that character. Like, it didn't ruin the movie.
So for you and Taylor, then, just a question: would you want it all roles are reversed? So now, like, Zelda's a guy,
no,
or
hell no.
Or would you want it?
I think Link is the only one that.
Is there like a lesbian relationship then? So then you have a female Link.
Yeah, but that's only in
Male
real
Zelda.
life. In the story, in the movie, he's still a guy. Link is still a
So
guy.
that's-
That's
so
only
then
lesbian in real life, like outside of the studio, backstage, whatever.
So you'd rather you'd rather it just be a lesbian thing?
Then you'll have two girls kissing, no matter what. If it's a man, in real life, you'll see two girls kissing.
Oh, they've had guys kiss in TV shows. And
Yeah,
But that's
on
when they're playing
Nintendo.
guys, or a guy saying, "I'm turning into him." So I'm like, "Oh, you're getting it."
No. I'm just they've had that. So I mean, I don't know. I don't think would they have Zelda and Link kiss each other on the lips in a movie? I don't.
In a movie, yeah, they gotta like
They will.
ham it up.
Well, it's not going to be like a game because in the game Link doesn't talk.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
they're not going to just have him screaming and throwing pots around. They're going to have him doing stuff.
I'd still watch it if that's what it was.
They should have that movie, just him throwing pots around, going to someone's house and destroy all their
I need to
stuff.
take Zelda on a date. I need to go get money.
That would be so good. Oh, man.
And anyway, moving along.
Yeah,
Let's move on.
we'll talk in circles about that.
I don't think it's true, but I did.
No, I just don't know where it's going.
Well, if you let me finish.
Sorry, it was just a funny way to start the story.
So interruptive today.
I don't know if this is true or not, but I've seen pictures on the internet about Pokemon Go charging to buy items in game, costing actual money to buy things. So it'll be like you have to actually buy 6 Pokeballs for $1. or whatever it
I'm
is.
surprised.
So I don't know.
That makes sense, because in the games you have to go buy your Pokeballs. You don't just have an infinite source.
So I
I
don't
like
know
it.
how I feel about that.
Not good.
I think, yeah.
Visa.
Yeah, like, it would suck if that was the case, but I could see how it makes sense.
Yeah. So
The whole point of the game is
There
to
goes
go
your kids'
outside and
market, though.
Do you think, like, just like Pokemon games, Pokemon can break out easily out of the Pokeball?
Oh,
so
man.
you waste $1 for 6
No.
Pokeballs, and they
And
just
catch
break
nothing.
out?
I'd be so mad.
Spend $100 trying to get Rayquaza or something.
So I don't know.
And you said that was a rumor?
Yeah, I saw pictures. It could be fan made. I don't know if they're legit. I couldn't find any sources confirming it. So
Maybe you pay to, like, just get a Pokemon. You know, like a specific Pokemon that you want.
Well, like, they have in-app purchases for games on
Yeah.
the apps, like, all the time now. But, like, for that,
Well-
I would be interested in seeing, like, prices that they use for things like that.
I mean, you still have to buy the
And-
thing too, right? The wrist.
Yeah.
thingamajiggy?
well, maybe you
Like-
get like 6 Pokeballs a day, and if you want extra, you have to buy more or
That'd be
something.
smart.
You know,
Yeah.
you get a limited amount. It's like Candy Crush, right? You get 5 lives. If
Yeah,
you want more
and
lives, you buy more
There's
lives.
tons of people that spend real money on that. Like, I could see them making, like, a lot of money off that. But for me, like, if you had to, like, if the only reason you could get Pokeballs is if you go and spend real money, like, I'm not even going to touch that game. It's just
No.
ridiculous, yeah.
Well,
No.
Yeah, exactly.
it's supposed to be out in Japan when I go over, and I
Ooh,
might go and
nice.
take a look
Oh,
at that. So
Cool.
if I find anything
You're
out,
very insider.
yeah, you guys will be the first to know. I'll send word back. Not really, because it'll be out for like a week before I get there. But first day I get there, I'm going to Pokemon Mega Center. So
Nice.
So,
anyway, that's what I got. Passing it on.
All right, am I allowed to talk now?
Yeah, I'll remove the tape.
you can change your nickname,
You just to what?
the Interrupter. That sounds
The Intercept.
badass.
Travis.
The
Intercept.
interrupter. The guy who's been divorced 6 times. Okay, well now that I'm worried to bring this up.
Oh, that's a funny way to start this. Oh!
Good one.
Good one. Because we just had a debate about that, but I don't know if it was debate worthy.
Bring
but
it up. Say
the rumors, they're just rumors, but we had a similar thing with Fantastic Four. The similar thing is happening with the Warcraft movie. Of it being a problem movie, the studio is not liking what they're seeing so far. They're really worried, and now they've put it on the same day as Jurassic World 2, which will kill it. That's a bad sign of, like, hey, like...
Taylor's not going anymore.
to Jurassic World 2? Yeah. So, like, because we talked about this a few podcasts ago about whether it would be good, would not be good.
Yeah.
That's not a good sign. I don't know. If it bombs, it's just another gaming movie, and
Let's hope they don't confirm
Did you
a
look
second.
into
hit.
why that it was
no, it's.
dubbed a problem movie?
Have you?
Yeah, I looked into why.
Because when I first looked at the story, it was just like those words, like problem movie, and like things like it was only subtle hints of what was wrong with the movie.
Universal just deemed it as too nerdy, which maybe that's what they said. That's what they said, and they think that it'll be too. It won't be. They say it may be a deterrent for viewers who are not well versed with World of Warcraft. So they're gonna go and they're not gonna understand what the heck is going on. It's gonna be so much lore and all that stuff happening. They're gonna be thinking, "Did I?"
Yeah,
miss,
but
like,
they're not
5
gonna.
movies?
They wouldn't be jumping right into the middle of a storyline, would they? Like it would have to be like
Yeah,
a
but no matter
standalone
where
movie.
they start in World of Warcraft, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but isn't
they're
there
gonna
like
miss stuff.
1.9 million users? Like, I'm pretty sure that's more than enough people to go see that movie. Like, if 1.9 million users each brought a friend, I mean...
I would definitely go see this movie too. I don't play it myself.
Oh yeah, I'd go see it too, but I guess you with 1.9 million users, that's true, but you don't want to just.
But it
You
would
don't
be
just aim at the
modest
gaming.
success. Let's say a ticket was $12, and like you said, 1.9, so I doubled it. It'd be like around the 30 to 40 million, which is what horror movies make. So for that type of movie and the money they're spending, that would be a bomb.
Yeah, but that's only if you consider the users going with a friend.
But-
That's no one else.
That's where the problem comes in with it being beside Jurassic World 2. Because the people that just go, hey, let's go see a movie this weekend,
That is an issue for sure.
right there, Jurassic
Yeah.
World. And that's the problem. That, to me, was a sign like, yeah, it's a nerd movie, but to me, that's a sign of, oh, we don't even try. Like, we don't have faith in this movie. Let's, like, if they had faith in the movie, they'd try and get it its own day. Like, to me, the way they described when they started, they wanted to be very much like their Lord of the Rings. And now they're like, oh, let's put it up against Jurassic World 2. And that, no, people won't see it because Jurassic
So you think that's
World,
them saying, like, oh, we're going to have a bad opening weekend. It's because
Let's
of
just
this
give up.
other thing?
yeah, like, swung it under the rug, like, no one will know we had a bomb. Like, from a studio and, like, for shareholders and whatnot, like, get it there, get out of the way. Okay, we tried Warcraft, didn't work, move along. And then you won't see a Warcraft movie for, like, 20 years. Which is why I think maybe a TV series would have been better than, like, when you're talking about trying to get into it more, with Warcraft, what, they'll have 2.5 hours? At least with 12 episodes, they gotta have 12 hours to try and get into something. And with the success of Game of Thrones and that sort of...
Yeah, you make
that's why I think that would have been better. If they're worried that there's too much for people to learn, but it's too late now. They realize that after they're making the movie.
The director said that he's honestly not worried about the problem movie news at all.
You know what Josh Trank said? He said the exact same thing before Fantastic Four came out. And then a week later he tweeted, I didn't want this movie. So, yeah. The signs that it's showing is not...
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I'm just pulling for any video game movie to be good. I don't care if if I hate the game, like, what's a terrible game?
I thought you were about to just shout out Assassin's Creed.
No, I want Michael Fassbender's in that. I want that to be the greatest
That's
movie of
true.
all time. I'm
That's
trying
true.
to think, like, I don't know.
Prince of Persia movie.
Yeah. Even then, like, if an Animal Crossing movie comes out, I want that
God,
to be a
no.
$1 billion, like, Oscar-winning movie. Whatever. I just want any game movie to do good because it is the next if they do it right, it's the next. It's very much like the superhero
It's the most
genre.
boring movie ever. Just like
Just decorating your home.
They can find a way. I'm just saying.
shaking trees.
All
and fucking
it took was Iron Man and The Dark Knight, and those two movies skyrocket comics. That's what games need. They need those 1 or 2 movies that, man, we can make money, and let's get good actors on this, good directors, and it hasn't had that yet.
Mm-hmm.
And what did come out oh, no, Hitman wasn't supposed to be that. But these next 2 are really supposed to be that, Warcraft and Assassins. So Warcraft might not be it, and Assassins, let's hope, you know.
I'm Assassin's Creed. I'm seeing good stuff.
It just,
Yeah,
course
but you
you
have an
are.
incredible
it's been
bias.
filming for not even a month. You can't say that. You just are seeing good pictures.
And some good stuff from
Yeah, we talked about the pixel quality of that one photo.
Yeah.
For like 5 minutes.
Okay, well, for me, going into the movie for Warcraft, before I even touched World of Warcraft, I really loved like I said, RTS games. But they had like Warcraft. It was Warcraft 1, 2, and 3. Those were RTS games, and those came out before World of Warcraft. And that was a lot more about the lore, like the story behind it. So for me, and that's what I liked a lot more than as opposed to like World of Warcraft, where you go and it's just an MMORPG. So I'm really looking forward to the movie because it's going to be covering all that stuff. Whereas like if you look in World of Warcraft, it doesn't have that. So and I know there will be a lot more people that they want to know like the storyline behind it. I mean, they have books and like they have so much behind it. So. But like you said, like
The average people.
Yeah.
That's what is the big worry.
We are gonna have to wait and see. I'm looking forward to it.
We'll see it. We'll do a
Yeah,
review.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's like I could see it and it could be the best movie ever. Or I could see it and be like, that sucked.
Yeah.
But
I
don't
saw
know.
it.
I haven't seen too much about it, so I'm excited.
What else do I got here? I think I gotta get rid of a couple stuff because we talked about a couple stuff. Talk about that. Oh, okay, this was the big one that I want to talk about. And you might have seen a little bit of it, but PlayStation has officially renamed Morpheus, and now it's PlayStation VR. Mm-hmm. And so that's all good and dandy. This is part of the Tokyo Game Show. But then there was a comment or a statement that people are really hedging on and worried, well, I'm probably included, that they're treating this as a new, almost like a console, like releasing a console. Mm. So to me, that's a big worry as far as pricing and just the function of it, because...
Well, it'd be really expensive anyway.
I know, but if it's $400,
What would be like a reasonable price, do you think? Because I don't think you'd get those cheap anyway. Really, I don't see it.
I'd say $150 to $200.
Well, how much was like Kinect when it first came out for Xbox?
$150.
$150? Okay.
And that even then didn't do
I don't
good.
think it was that low.
I don't think so either. I thought it
because-
was higher.
Was
I'd
it
say
like
it was a higher.
okay?
I thought it was
like
$250.
Yeah,
Yeah.
$250,
Okay.
And
$299.
like the VR aspect, like people have been waiting for this forever, so I think it'll be way more than that.
Yeah.
I could see it being like $299 again.
But then
I
do you
don't-
guys think that sells?
Well, the connected.
For a while, though. And then now it, like, went away. Like, it's not... People don't... Like, it sold, but it didn't really catch on. Like, people we are not like, oh, we love Kinect games, and we like they started the Xbox One with Kinect, and then they got rid of it because people were kind of like, I don't want the Kinect.
See, well, the thing is, too, for the Xbox, it was only a $100 difference, so PlayStation's going to have a hard time with that, right?
Yeah.
Like, the price difference was $3.99 to $4.99 to get it with a Kinect, so PlayStation's selling for lower than that to not get it with the system. Either that or they'll bundle it for a $100 difference and maybe sell more that way.
They don't have to worry really that much, because Xbox is going to put out, I don't know when, I haven't really heard anything, but they're,
HoloGen or whatever?
yeah, HoloLens or whatever
HoloLens,
you call
right.
it.
Yeah, that's going to be rich people talk, though. Like, we're not going to get to try that, let's be honest here.
So the Emmys were this Sunday. Oh no, you said you want to read Game of Thrones, right?
I got so excited.
Eventually, yeah.
And do you watch it?
Watch what?
Game of Thrones?
I do.
Okay, well, did you hear the Emmys this weekend?
They won.
I know they won.
watched it.
They won a bunch. They won the Best TV Show. I think they won a couple writings. Peter Dinklage won.
Yep.
So that was a big thing. I was kind of surprised that it won Best TV Series. Like, I like it a lot, but I was...
A couple of the awards were for the episode. It was Mother's Mercy, I think it was.
Yeah.
It was writer and director, and then she got nominated for the actress. She didn't win, though.
Yeah, well, that's a weird thing with the Emmys, and like with Best TV Show, they take the overall, but with the writing and even acting as actors, you actually only pick one episode and you send it in. So they don't even look at your whole work.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird system. It's like if you did video game awards, like, oh, this is one level from the game.
Yeah.
Like, this is...
Oh, that's weird.
So I've always found that weird, but then just the other shout out I want to give is John Hamm finally won an Emmy. I was really happy. I'm a big Man fan. So he's like a guy that's continually like losing, and every year it's like, this is his year, and it's like, no, not this year. Like Breaking Bad's really popular,
And
like
it's over now.
it's done. Yeah, this was his last chance to win it. So it was like one of these like, oh man, he's not going to win. It's going to be heartbreaking. He's been doing the show for 8 years, and like, and he's always like, they're always like, he's such a winner. He's such a, I don't know, such a do-gooder. And then I think that's it. We pretty much we talked about Hayden Christensen. We talked about that. The only thing I was going to give out a shout out for horror fans, if you like it, and if you can get in the mindset of a 14 to 6-year-old girl, you can probably enjoy Scream Queens. It's. Did you watch it?
I watched
Let's
it.
talk about this quickly right now. I didn't think anyone would. What did you think?
I at first, there's
You're
so
like,
many
it's
different-
bad.
Well, yeah, at first I thought, this is bad. But,
Yeah.
Who's the main actress?
Emma Roberts.
Yeah.
This story, all these different things were just popping out. The story was all over the place. I thought at first you're getting to know all these different characters. But once the first hour was done, I was really into it.
First of all, the plot is it's a sorority house. There's these, of course, 3 girls that are like or 4 girls that are like mean girls and whatnot. Anyways, controversy. There's all these nerds and losers and whatnot. And they're gonna join the sorority because the dean hates them. But of course, someone is slowly killing them off, and they're in this obnoxious, huge red devil costume. It's pretty much, you haven't seen it yet. It's a horror version of Wet Hot American Summer in a
like
way.
a spoof.
It is,
it
but
on
it
Netflix,
isn't.
or?
No, it just premiered this week on Fox.
Oh, okay.
I'm hoping it sticks around because ratings are meh. They're all right, so we'll see. But it's very much, it's not a spoof, but it is at times. Like, that's what I was going to say to you. Like Taylor said, in the first 10 minutes and even half an hour, I was like, I think this sucks. Like, this is like, you don't know what they're going for, because it is kind of like, this is bad. Like, I don't think I can get through this. And then as you slowly keep watching, it is kind of very much, it's very outlandish, very dumb characters and whatnot. And that's the part I liked, was all the characters, they all have their different personalities, but it's so over the top, and it's so out there. I'm going to get into something after that. Oh, it's so offensive. But the parts that I didn't like, and I'll say, like, I'll ask you if you didn't, I won't spoil it, but the girl that dies, did you like the part where, like, she keeps getting stabbed and then gets up, keeps getting stabbed, gets up? Like, that's the stuff of the show I don't like. I like when they do the characters that are really funny in the setting, but I don't like when they do, like he said, like, scary movie spoof stuff, because it's too...
Do you mean the girl with the texting?
Yeah, Ariana Grande, yeah. Anyways, we'll spoil it. There's a girl that dies. She's not a big thing. She's a big musician, obviously, but if you could call her that. But anyways, what she is, she's like... She's packing up to leave, and this killer texts her, like, oh, I'm right behind you. And she turns around and, like, what does he say
Do you want
next?
to dance with the devil?
Yeah, and she's like, sure. And he takes her, like, dips her, and then, like, he steps away, and he texts her, like, I'm going to kill you now. And she's like, please, no. And they're texting each other back and forth. And he starts to kill her and whatnot, and he throws her away, and then Oh no, she kicks him, and she has a few moments instead of calling buddy. She goes to tweet out, "Please help me, I'm being killed, blah, 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 blah." And he stabs her a bunch of times, and she falls down, he starts to walk away, and then she, like, wakes up, hits sends, and dies. And, like, it was funny, but the show kind of goes back and forth between, like, being, like, outlandish. No, not serious, but the characters, it's just, like, dumb characters, really over-the-top people, but then, like, situations are really over-the-top like that. That's the stuff I don't like, because it is almost too scary movie. Like, it's weird.
It's kind of like Scream with, like, an extra dose of something else.
Yeah, it's very much like Wet Hot American Summer, where it's that's exactly the way I describe it, where it's so all over, and it feels like they're going this way, but then they're going that way, and the best part of the show, which I'm not going to spoil anything about it, but the best part, and I won't say any lines because it's really offensive, but they have a girl in the sorority, and she's deaf. And she's a big fan of Taylor Swift. And they just give her all these lines that like, she can hear. She can hear just a little bit, so she keeps...
when they're on the lawn.
What are you guys talking about? It's really offensive stuff. I don't want to say, like, it's one of those things you cringe, but you're laughing at the same time. Like, oh, how are they doing this? So, yeah, she looks exactly like Taylor Swift, but she's deaf, and they just give her really good one-liners. It's a really good show. Like, at one point, the killer kills somebody, and he does, like, a fist bump to himself. Like, when he runs over, he's like, yeah. So, like, I'd watch it. It's a fun show. At times, it's probably going to annoy you, because it is really centered. It feels like it's for, like, teenage girls, but it's lots of fun if you can just put yourself like, okay, this is over the top. There's stuff that I really, really like, and there's stuff about that I'm like, I still don't find that funny or like it, but overall, at the end, I was like, oh, I want to see more. And there's some Emma Roberts is in there, Jamie Lee Curtis, who is a horror god legend right there. Nick Jonas is in it. It's gonna be interesting. Oh, and they had to cuddle. That was so good. You watch it, so you'll know what we're talking about. It's really good. It's like, if you just want a show that's fun, watch it. So that's...
It's got gore, too. It's
really
gory.
Aunt Beanie, or whatever her name was. Anyways, you go on. That's my tidbits for this week.
Well... on my GeekVerse notes here, I got some Jurassic World news.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So... the director, Colin Trevorrow, apparently they always had in mind it to be a trilogy.
Right.
Basically. And with, obviously, the first one being a success, it's definitely going to happen now, because the first one was obviously just to see how it would do, and all that, as a reboot kind of sequel.
Above expectations.
Yeah, killed it.
Recently, Trevorrow was a guest...
T-Rex.
I was wondering if someone would bring up that was potentially a bad pun. I don't know. That's not what I was going for.
Trevor was saying.
Yeah, he was on another podcast, actually.
Oh, really?
Not ours?
No, it's called...
What a jerk!
It's called Jurassic Cast, actually.
Wow.
I know. What's that going to be
Taylor's
about?
like, I should have thought of that.
Taylor's like, by the way, it's my last week here. You guys can hear me on my new cast.
He revealed a lot of details about... the next film is not going to be called Jurassic World 2. Sorry.
Taylor can't read, so
I can't read my
These notes should be just a prompt you for things. You shouldn't be reading this.
The sequel's not going to be called Jurassic World 2, and it's going to be exploring
2.5.
concepts... Yeah, 2.5. It's going to explore concepts that were only hinted about in the first film. So
Chris Pratt. Oh my god. Chris Pratt has signed on it too.
He has, and
That's good.
what's the lady's name with the red
Bryce
hair?
Dallas Howard.
Yes, thank you. She's back in it as well.
I'm not the only one that can't say actors' names, apparently.
Are they signed on for just one more or for 3?
No, I think they're signed on for all
3,
3.
right? Yeah.
The sequels will fully break the franchise mold as well, so it's not going to be people running from dinosaurs anymore on a tropical island.
Driving.
I don't know what... Yeah, driving.
Ice skating. Oh! Sorry, Taylor.
That's okay.
Riding horses, trying to ring them in.
Rodeo now.
Trevorrow is still, even though he's working with Star Wars, he's still committed to write and produce the remaining Jurassic World films, which is pretty nice.
Pretty nice. He's getting a good paycheck out of it. It's not like he's doing it out of the kindness of his heart. I guess I'll write Jurassic World. Yeah, writing those sequels and getting millions of dollars. Good for him. I'm not saying that, but...
Hayden Christensen. That's what I heard.
We talked about him enough.
Warcraft.
Yeah, we talked about that.
I remember that.
Oh, I didn't even realize I had this.
Really?
The director for Warcraft, he said, I'm not worried because Universal, even though they moved the same date as Jurassic World 2, we must have done something right. That's what he said.
Oh, come on.
Oh, wow.
Blinders,
That's a bold
blinders.
statement.
And that's what he said, so...
Good for him.
Well, that was
That
pretty
just
strong.
happens when multiple people talk.
There's also a new trailer for Halo 5 that came out, or not a new trailer, it was kind of like a cutscene.
Did
and
it show
shows-
multiplayer? Did it
No,
show co-op?
it showed Master Chief with his other Spartan 2s, and I thought it was really...
Like people that could be the co-op partner?
Yeah, that
like
could
Master
be,
Chief
but
with other
they're
people?
AIs, they're not... And online friends, they're not split-screen
Yeah, well.
friends. But I thought the trailer was really, really well done compared to the...
Immediate assault.
I don't know if anyone else has seen the other one with Spartan Locke, this trailer.
Yeah, we
Yeah, when
talked about
crapped
that
on
before.
it on here.
As like insanely Michael Bay as it was, I think the Master Chief one was a lot more simple and like
You're wearing a Transformers shirt.
I am, yeah.
What does that have to do with Master Chief?
Has to do with Michael Bay.
Oh, right. Good call.
In past Halos and all that, you see Master Chief like he's going in, he's doing his mission, and I just feel like he's got a cause, he's doing it. But with this trailer, without Cortana, you just get this weird feeling where he's going in. It's like someone going into a dead end job day to day. Like you really, for me personally, I could.
Are you talking about a past experience? Inside joke, sorry.
Maybe.
What if Cortana is just Ghost Hayden Christensen?
No longer will he play roles as Hayden Christensen. I have to be a ghost in all my movies.
That would work, because Cortana's the one that's so annoying.
You know what, they got Colin Trevorrow, we gotta get Hayden Christensen on this cast. We're putting the message out. Yeah, he would love it. We're
Yeah,
just
we got some
praising
ideas
him.
for you, man.
Yeah.
You go on
These are
Twitter.
great
You're
ideas.
gonna play Link, you're gonna play Cortana, we're gonna skyrocket your career.
No, he won't play Link. He'll play the
Young
Navi.
Navi.
Hey! Hey!
He will.
Listen to me!
Good, we got him a role where he can yell.
Oh man.
Come on our podcast, Hayden Christensen.
Give him a shout out on Twitter.
I'll
Say
link him. I
that.
legit will link him to this and say you need to listen
What
to
if he's
this.
been listening weekly?
What?
Yeah, maybe when
He's
it's...
the one gonna kill Dylan.
Oh no.
He can see
Yell
the
at you.
future.
Another ghost in my basement.
yeah. Fighting for supremacy.
I'm gonna have to fight Hayden Christensen for dominance.
Pokeballs, and he's like swatting away his lightsaber. Another crossover.
Okay, continue.
What's up?
We gotta go to
Ross?
Alderaan to get this special Pokemon. It's gone though.
It's gone.
We're really
It's
going off the rails today.
Yeah.
No,
Oh my God.
that's good. We're all happy. It's episode 10.
You keep laughing after just about everything you or someone else says.
I'm laughing. We're laughing together, okay?
Oh,
What
sure.
are you guys talking about? Take it off. Take it off.
I think Travis is sober, but I don't know.
Okay, continue, Taylor. Just
Okay. I can't do this. Okay. You know how you were saying how Mike Nicholson or
Mad!
Oh my god! Are you kidding?
I don't watch Hannibal.
Mike Nicholson?
I can't.
What is he, a car salesman from Kelowna? He is a mad. He has a distinct
That was
Danish
You
name.
messed up, dude.
I talk about
I
it
don't-
every week.
I know, but I
Hashtag
don't-
save
Oh my
animal.
I don't watch Hannibal. I don't know everything
I
about
don't.
it.
He's been mentioned every
okay,
week.
Taylor. You have a double-sided paper, and you didn't write down his name.
I was pressed for time.
You wrote down your own nickname too.
If there's a Mike Nicholson come out of there, you're also invited to the podcast.
I wasn't writing about him. I was just, I remembered.
You
that,
already messed up. Just keep
Yeah.
going.
Continue. Why are we bringing him up? Come on.
Well, you know how he wrote down that,
Gallum.
yeah, he wrote that on that thing. Well, I found
I know
it
the script.
interesting because his name in The Force Unleashed is Starkiller.
Star Killer.
Yeah, and I thought it was interesting because apparently the base in Star Wars 7 is called Starkiller Base. So that was another thing I found quite interesting.
For you people that don't know, George Lucas originally had Skywalker as Sky Killer. Or, no.
Sky Killer.
Star Killer. He was originally Luke Star Killer, yeah. In the original script, but they changed it because they thought it would sound better. So, it's a big tribute.
Okay.
Yeah, another thing I wanted to ask everyone. Do you like Rebels or the Rebels Resistance?
Like in real life?
Or
like David Bowie?
David Bowie's not bad. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it's relevant.
or
I think I have a record or two.
Mike Tyson, he's a rebel, you know.
Go on. Try to ignore Travis.
You're all laughing at my stuff at least the last 20 minutes, so you know what?
I don't know if I'm laughing at your stuff. I think I'm laughing at you.
I'm laughing so much.
I'm gonna second that.
okay. So going around, I just want to know, like, are you a fan of the Rebels Resistance or the First Order Empire? So I'm just curious.
You think they're gonna be able to answer this?
I can't answer that.
You know,
My Star Wars knowledge is limited to Star Wars Lego on the game.
I like Sith. Does that count for anything?
Yeah, the Empire.
Okay, there we go.
I like Mace Windu.
Okay.
Cool.
You're
So straight out
Talking about the
going.
original
You're the
series?
Republic.
I like
so.
Hayden
So,
Christensen's
because
ghost.
there's technically is like
Well,
4 sides.
Oh,
That's what he just
technical.
said.
Ooh.
Like the droids, Republic, and then
Yeah.
Empire. Well, I mean, like, original.
Oh yeah, droids.
Original?
What are? You have to tell me more. You have to remind me.
Resistance because they don't blow up planets.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, what's
Some planets
yeah.
deserve to be blown up.
Like Alderaan.
Yeah.
Alderaan
You can't have a
planet.
Well,
Star
there's no
Killer.
Pokemon there anymore, so you know what? Look what you did.
You can't have
Trying
a
to
Star
say.
Killer without destroying stars. So
I'd
you
say
know.
Rebels, because they have like Wookiees and Ewoks on their team. And those are pretty cool.
They only have one Wookiee. Though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, when they go to
Stuff.
Kashyyyk, they're not like attacking them.
That's
Like
true.
the Empire. The Empire's against
give me some from each side, and I'll pick right now.
What do you
I
mean
might
from
go
each
to
side?
Rebel
Like,
now.
I don't know.
I do love
like
Chewbacca.
things they have.
Sure.
Well, the Empire has an
Porta
unlimited-
potties.
Yeah, they have
Hayden
unlimited
Christensen's
resources.
Potluck
There
Sunday.
you go.
I'm on whichever side Hayden Christensen's ghost on.
Yeah, he's alone.
Okay.
Well, they can blow up planets. They control almost every planet.
Okay,
They
that's
have
cool.
thousands of ships.
Oh yeah.
They've
Wait,
killed all
are you
the
saying
Wait,
not? Are you saying one side doesn't have thousands of ships?
one.
It's not like they're living in
They have hundreds.
The rebels have, like, when you look at the Imperials, they got a giant fleet all over the entire galaxy. The rebels, they got small little fleets all over the place.
All right, that sounds
So-
more like Canada, so I'll go with that one.
There you go. Yeah.
There we go.
Strongest words with this one, eh? that's actually the ice planet before it was
Canadian.
Hoth. It was Canada.
Canadian Star Wars.
Yeah.
So-
We should do that.
Who'd you say you go with?
I don't know. I don't remember the name.
You go
I'll
with Canada.
I'll go with
Yeah.
Canada.
Rebels.
There you go.
I'm rebels.
And
I go back and forth between Resistance and Rebel. Of course, it'd be cool to be a Sith, but I'm not into like killing just innocent people all the time. Like you gotta deal with the Emperor. That kind of sucks.
they're not,
You gotta
they're
do
not
what you gotta
innocent. They're the Jedi. They're treasonous.
I want to be a bounty hunter.
I know the lies of
I
the
don't want to
Jedi. See, they're not getting. Move on. They don't get all these. I knew when you asked that question
my
that
God,
it's
that
too
was
in
great.
depth.
I love that.
That's a Taylor and Travis like special episode, right?
Yeah. Oh.
Is that it?
Wow, we're being excluded. Do you hear that, guys?
It's been a couple times now it's happened.
The
Like,
T's
wait.
gotta stick together.
Like with their slumber party queens or whatever it was. And they're like,
Scream Queens.
Yeah,
That's-
that.
you guys could have watched it. It was on Tuesday night for everybody.
You didn't tell me.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, I wasn't told
I wasn't
about
sure
it
I was
either.
gonna watch it because it was really bad at the beginning. But now I'm telling you, watch it.
But now,
good.
but I don't have it recorded now, so how am I supposed to watch it?
Oh,
iTunes, boom, $1.99.
Boom!
Yeah, no, it's not happening. Not giving them $1.99.
And Deaf Taylor
For a
Swift is
show
worth
that's
millions of dollars. Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay, Kirkland.
I thought you were talking about Prometheus. I was
Well,
waiting for that news.
Oh, yeah, there was-
Prometheus
You
too.
bring it up.
there was some
You bring it
Prometheus
up.
I don't know anything about it.
Oh.
Just make it up. Go.
There's
So
another
Hayden
Prometheus.
Christensen.
they gave it a name, right? Alien.
Alien prequel.
That's it.
They gave it a name for it. They announced some names.
December.
Paradise
Alien
Lost.
Paradise Lost.
Yeah.
Why are you
Is
laughing?
it like
Because I'm
Prometheus?
thinking about Hayden Christensen.
He's in the chair. He's
He's an alien.
Yeah.
Is it Prometheus Paradise Lost, or is it
It's Alien
There's
Paradise
no
Lost.
Prometheus anymore.
just okay?
You really
actress?
shut. Wow, you shut you
The
down on
actress?
that one.
No, I'm laughing like it's kind of
The alien at the
strange.
beginning of Prometheus.
The Alien, like the builders who build.
Yeah.
No, they're still in it because it takes place with Michael Fassbender's head.
He's gonna have a new body.
I hope.
So wait, so is this still after
It
Prometheus?
continues right after. Yeah.
But it's just not Prometheus.
Well, no, they just changed the name.
Because they want money. I made a cheddar sign for everybody. Like
A cheddar sign?
That's what it
that
is in
cheese,
Rutland.
like grating?
Yeah. That's
My
the,
cheddar means money.
that's the
I
only
can
reason.
cheese.
Yeah, we'll pay you in cheese, Fassbender. Come back. That's the only reason. Is it Swiss? I'm in. That's the only reason I see. You're laughing. No, this mix signs.
We love you, Travis.
It's because you're talking about paying an actor in cheese.
And he accepts as long as it's Swiss.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's in second shape.
Oh, is it Swiss? Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, I feel like it's just probably a money grab. I feel like if they throw Alien on there, it's really awkward that he'd go from Prometheus to like Alien Paradise Lost, when also too in 2 to 3 years there'll be an Alien movie coming out itself. So I feel like people that aren't hardcore fans are gonna be really confused. So I feel like it's just, hey, if we throw Alien on there, it'll give us a couple extra bucks. I don't know.
Maybe
I would like
not.
if it was Prometheus and then maybe Alien. That's a huge title, but hey, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is rocking like a paragraph
Rise of
title.
the Dawn of the Planet.
Yeah, Rise of the Dawn of the Start of the Noon.
I can see why they
The
didn't
Super
call
We Keep
or
64U.
They didn't put Alien in the first film because it didn't have the original Alien or anything. It had these.
Well,
the
it
buildings.
did at the
But
end.
At the end, yeah, that's why maybe they're changing the name to Alien Paradise Lost because now it's going to have aliens in it.
Hands up.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you just do like Promethean Alien or like
That's what
Alien?
I'm saying.
Kirkland's so polite.
well, because I'm under the
I'm
impression...
gonna talk over
'cause
you again, Kirkland.
Prometheus- Hold on. Because Prometheus,
Hold on.
then they named it because that was the name of the ship that they went in.
Yeah.
And then it got destroyed, so why would they call it Prometheus again?
There you go.
Oh,
Boom. Kirkland won.
It's a good thing you held your hand up for
Yeah,
that.
I was waiting for that.
I didn't,
Mic drop.
I didn't remember that was the name of the ship.
I still feel like there should be something to keep them together. So that way, like, you know, if you go to a theater and it just says Alien Paradise Lost, I wouldn't
Yeah.
have... If I didn't
would
know
think
that...
that's a standalone movie.
But I thought it wasn't supposed to be a standalone.
It's not, and that's the weird thing. They say, like, did you hear also, his plan is to make 3 more movies
I
of
heard,
Prometheus.
yeah.
So his thing is it's gonna get more into Alien, and apparently there might be some ties to Ripley, but it's not fully gonna be Alien. So I feel like that, if there's not the actual aliens in it, that'll be kind of weird if people go see it, and it's those, like, white weird dudes, you know, what were they called again?
I just call
The
them
builders.
engineers or builders.
Oh, they were engineers. That was the technical, like, what I don't know, that movie called.
I gotta
Space
rewatch that
jockeys.
movie.
Yeah,
Space
which pretty
jockeys.
there's a bunch of stuff.
Space jockeys.
Yeah, but anyways, it's kind of weird. Like, I don't know. I'm surprised he wants to make 3 more movies. He wants to have 4 in that series, and that's...
That's too many. I want to see a new Alien movie with Hicks and Ripley
more
and all them.
Predators.
Yeah, more
Yeah.
I want to
Predators.
see another Alien vs. Predator.
Who is doing the new Predators movie?
Shane Black.
Right. It's gonna be good.
The last Predator. I was, like, super in love with that, with Aiden Brody.
Yeah,
It's really good.
Super good.
I just love the Predators. They're always my favorite. If I had
Yeah.
to choose.
It's true.
Just bring them all
So,
back. Just
yeah,
bring it all... anything from the 85 to 2000, bring it all back. All the horror movies, all the sci-fi,
Oh, yeah.
just bring it all back. Well, they tried Terminator, and look what that happened.
Yeah, the
I
Terminator can stay back there.
I saw the last Terminator while I was flying in Montreal. I don't know why people hate it. It's not like game changer, but it was actually not too bad. But then again, I was on an airplane, so maybe it's just because like great a movie.
All the oxygen
yeah,
deprivation.
this movie's amazing. But no, I don't like. It has a 26 on Rotten Tomatoes. I looked at it, I'm like, man, like. I don't think it was a 26. I guess it would be like a 50 or 60, but I enjoyed it. It had a lot of good like innuendos and like whatever did the last one. So I just want to throw that out as far as 90s thing.
But how much did you like the original, like the other two?
I love the first 2, especially T2 is phenomenal. One of the best movies ever made, I think.
So from people who had that perspective, what did they say in general?
Oh, they all hate it.
Okay.
I liked it. I don't think it's nowhere near that, but
So for someone like me that I've only watched Terminator 1,
you gotta watch 2.
well, I'm
No,
not
you
talking
do.
about 2, I'm talking about the new one.
It wouldn't completely make sense because it has stuff to do with 2 as well.
Okay, so I'd have to watch 2 before I can watch
Yeah,
1.
they were trying to market this as like the real third Terminator because the third and the fourth one were terrible.
Okay.
So
Well, they've split. I tried reading into it. They split the Terminator movies into 2 different timelines, haven't they?
there in that movie, there's like 3 different timelines.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really cool and confusing at the same time.
In the newest one or like the third,
In the newest-
third and fourth? Okay.
The third, no, those ones are just
Yeah.
whatever. But that's the newest one. Yeah, there was 3. There was like Terminator 1, and then they actually went to 2017, and then it was also to do with the war, like all the way, like so. It was messed up. So, but it was good.
Maybe I'll watch it on my flight too. It'll just be a flight movie.
Exactly.
Awesome. All right. Well, I don't have too much news, but have you guys ever heard? I actually wanted to ask you guys this last week. Have you guys ever heard of The Void? You have?
I think I have.
Like the virtual reality thing?
No, I
Or
haven't.
no?
I'm thinking of something else.
Okay. Well, what it is, it's basically virtual reality, but they want to do like the next step of making it into like a theme park sort of thing. And they have one set up right now.
Who is they, first of all?
their
Skynet.
company? Yeah.
Just some random company?
Well, yeah, like
Okay.
they made like the Void, and that's what they're calling it. And their idea is to set up like tons of them like all around the world, basically. And I was just curious to see you guys' thoughts on that, because I'll talk more about it. But it's so you basically you get like the headset for the VR and like I think it's like a backpack sort of thing, and you basically just go through the room, and it's like a virtual reality experience. So they have a lot of different things that make it seem really real. Like there'll be like heaters, so you feel like fire sort of things. And if you like touch a panel, the ground will like shake and the panel will go down, so it seems like you're going up, sort of thing. And a lot of people are like, it's really freaky when you're in there because you don't know if you're gonna fall.
So they have like some prototypes going for this?
Yeah, like you could go there and do it. Like it's already a thing.
Where is it set up?
In Colorado, I believe. But they want to make it worldwide, and I was just curious. What are your guys' thoughts?
Well, from what you just said, that sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah, it
I
sounds
would
pretty
go.
cool. Yeah, it's sort of like a mini theme park sort of thing.
It sounds cool, but I wonder like what replayability would be like.
Yeah, they have different rooms, which are like basically different games. Like I know one, it's sort of alien aspect, so it's like you'll be walking along and then like this giant creepy little spider thing will walk up to you and you can like stomp on it basically.
Have they said price point for going into a room?
I didn't look too much into that. I'm sure they do have a price point on that, but I couldn't imagine it being too expensive, but I couldn't imagine it being too cheap either, because it's like it's not out there yet. Like you basically have to go to.
This reminds me of like Exit and
Yeah.
places like that.
Yeah, it's like that, but you totally feel like you're in a different world, and it's cool. Like you could pick up things, and sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, go sit on the bench," and it like saves your progress. So if you die,
So there'll be like stuff in the real world to pick up, but they've incorporated it into the game?
yeah, exactly. Like you pick up like a stick, but like in the game, it's like a torch, and it's like emitting like a heat source, so it feels like it's fire and stuff. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I thought it was really cool. I didn't see anything about it. Like no virtual reality is like the big talk right now, and that was like the biggest thing I've ever seen about it. How it's like a full experience, like hands-on, like you actually get to walk around. I thought it was cool.
For the right price, I would definitely
Yeah,
go.
like,
But
yeah.
it's things like Exit, for example, like $25 for an hour. Like
Worth it.
I haven't gone back. It's not. I don't think it is really.
Gotta go with the right people.
I actually just went on the weekend to Exit.
Yeah, I loved it, but I just think it's like if I wanted to keep going and like try to beat them, it adds up to a lot of money.
It does. But the thing is, too, I mean, I think it's going to be a while before this even gets to Canada, if it's only in Colorado. So, I mean, I'm sure by the time it at least gets to us, we'll probably have somewhat of an even price point at least. It's not going to be, like, gouging because they've learned, at least. I don't know, it depends, too, like, how long it is. Like, if you're walking through this room and like you said, it's only a half an hour, 45 minutes like Exit is, it's true, I'm not going to want to pay $50 or $100 to walk around for half an hour.
Unless there's enough replayability and like a membership system, right?
Yeah.
I am curious to see what they do with that, because I know they were talking about how there is different levels that you can do, but I don't know how many there are.
Well, especially when this Oculus is supposed to be $99. I mean,
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, no. That
Who knows
why
about
do you
that?
think it's $99?
Don't get the hopes up of these poor innocent people.
I'll try that out. I would just wait for people to do it first. The same
Yeah.
as when Exit came out. It
It's
was
like-
like I'll let people go, and if they like it, and people I know like it, I'll go try it.
Yeah, like if I happen to be in Colorado and I heard about it, like if I had friends, I'd be like, yeah, let's totally go try it.
If you had friends?
Yeah, if I had friends.
Yeah,
I would
you want
do
to
it
try
with
this?
friends.
We're just coworkers.
Well, the thing
Yeah.
is, though, is it gonna be something to do with other people? Like, is it
As
just
of right
walking
now,
through?
I don't think it is.
Yeah, so what's the matter if you have friends anyway?
Exactly. So if you're a loner, you can still go
Loners
to Colorado and
unite.
do it. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I'd like to try it.
Yeah,
So
it's one of those things I really want to try, but like you said, like if it's like for Exit, it's like $25 per time that you do it.
Yeah, for an
and
hour.
like this, I can only imagine it being more expensive.
Exactly.
So, but if they incorporate the real world into it enough, like if there's
But then you have to take into account that would most likely involve like bigger spaces too than Exit, for example, which has small rooms and that's enough.
yeah, which would it might take away from the replayability if you don't have different room options, right? That they have to use all their space for one run, which also makes you wonder then how long can it truly be, or how fast will they push you through if they need this much room to do it.
Like I know, like it's really early, but it's like this is a really cool step for like say 10, 15 years down the road, how it progresses. I'm really excited to see how that goes.
Well, I like we've been comparing it to Exit. I think that's a cool step forward in terms of how that's been becoming popular.
Yeah.
And not just Exit. I don't know the name of any of the other places. That's the only one that we have in Kelowna. But there's a lot of places like that opening up. So that's
and
cool.
to give it preference, if anyone doesn't have an Exit is just there's 6-8 rooms.
I
Whatever.
don't know how to describe it, so that's why I haven't described it.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a friendly version of Saw. Like, I'll just say that. Have you ever seen the horror movie
Sure.
Saw? You're put in a room, there's puzzles, there's way you gotta try and get through one room into another, there's 3 rooms, and it's all like, mind teasers and stuff like that. Or brain
Puzzles,
teasers.
so
Yeah,
on,
so that's what we're comparing it to, and it's a thing in Kelowna and many other areas that can kind of
It's
be
in real
addictive,
life.
and it's real life game, but you only get 45 minutes, you pay a certain thing, if you don't figure it out, well, you gotta come back to do it. So that's what we're comparing it to.
Yeah, like I just went and did it the other day.
Which one did you do?
Went and did Black Ops. And
nice.
so, the first room, you go in and you pick up chests on the ground, and then the only clue that you get is, where are we picking up the coordinates? Tell me what time. And they're like, we're in Russia, what time? And then it's like, oh, your line went blank. So then you look around the room and you find a clock that has a Russia underneath it. So then you look on the time on the clock, and then that opens that box. And then inside that box is a deck of cards, and it says Diamond, Club, Heart, Club, Diamond. And then you look around the room and you see 4, 7, 10, 6, 5. And so then you find the cards, and that gives you the code to the next lock. That's kind of how it works.
It's pretty much based around opening locks at the end of the day.
End of the day. It's
So if you're good at picking locks... No.
Don't even do the puzzles.
Yeah,
Just pick
guys,
blocks.
I got this.
But yeah, because I know right now it's one big building that they do it all in, and I was just thinking in the not near future per se, but if they did a big theme park sort of thing, almost like Disneyland, how it's many different people could do it, and
I think one problem that could arise is something like Exit doesn't interest a lot of people, just the concept of it. And so if you put virtual reality into it, a lot of people, I would imagine, get sick doing virtual reality. So therefore, they're not even going to think about doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. It's tricky. I would definitely do it, for sure. But I think overall, I don't know how successful that would be.
I don't think it would ever be Disneyland scale, obviously, but...
But they might adopt it if it got really popular.
Yeah,
Hey, we
exactly.
could put a section of this in
it could be a
Disneyland.
subcategory.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but then that goes back to I went to a haunted house once, and it's that idea you walk around and you look at everything, but then you had people come behind you and they're pushing you for you to move faster to go past you. So it's how do you regulate if I want to sit in this virtual reality and look around and touch things and pick things up, and are they going to wait for me to come out the other end before putting someone else through, or do I have a 20-minute time limit that I have to get through this whole thing?
Yeah, as of right now, only one person can go in because they basically have to guide you through it, and it's when I said, when you use the objects, it's really just for one person.
Yeah, so
But they, I said, it's really new.
They could do a lot.
Yeah, exactly. They could do I'm really interested to see how this goes and where it goes in the future. But
How would with things, if you have multiple people in the same room with virtual reality, do they bump into each other? How does it work? How much spatial awareness do you have in these things? Would it be dangerous to have multiple people doing these things?
From what I've seen, what you see is you see the platform and that's real, but how it's designed looks different. but then like everything around you is like you could be in open space, but in reality you could be in like a room, like a hallway basically.
We should just like create a Kickstarter. Our fans can help us go to Colorado to try it out.
Exactly.
So is
We'll review it for you guys.
Is it a room? So when you go into the room and you have the headset on, do you still see the room and everything with the headset on? And does the headset just pop up holograms for you?
No. Yes and no, actually, because there'll be, like I said, because one of them, it was, for example, it was like a tropical level, so you can, like, when you're walking around, you can hear, like, you'll almost be walking on sand, because they'll make that effect, and then you'll look over and there'll be, like, a stone bench with, like, carvings and stuff on it, but in reality, it's just, like, a regular bench. So you go and sit on it, and, like, it feels real,
Okay.
which is really cool. And then, like I said, for, like the heat sources, they'll be like just
They could
a
put
heater.
smells.
Yeah, yeah, they could. They could. Yeah, I'm like.
Just wait till porn gets its hands on it. And I'm not trying to be dirty, but like that's the big thing between like Oculus Rift and like PlayStation VR and hologens. Like whichever, if kids are listening, no, whichever porn industry gets behind, that one will succeed. If you look at like Blu-ray and Laserdisc and whatnot, anytime porn has gone behind, because that's the biggest industry in the world that makes money. So. And you know, but you know it's coming. Yeah. Those virtual reality things, they'll be
They've
virtual.
Already tested it on it. I've seen it.
What have you seen? What have you seen?
You know, College Humor.
Yeah, they had old people
stuff
wear VR and watch it, and
it's
like old men are like reaching out for try and grab things.
It's gonna happen.
What I wanted to bring up was the HoloLens.
All I can picture right now is just Aiden Christensen and all of this
in porn.
Why not? That'd be funny too.
What I want to bring up, which is kind of like what you were saying, Microsoft did this, and I think it was after their press conference sometime. But with their HoloLens, they had people walking on a tour, basically, and it's just a normal hallway, but with the HoloLens on, and everyone in their group had them on. As they're walking and you look out these little windows, you see a hangar bay with people walking down below and pelicans landing and troops loading up stuff, and you see space, and then there's like holograms of Sarah Palmer, one of the Spartans, coming up, and she's talking to you and giving you directions and stuff, and it's really
It's really, really cool. Like, it's a really cool thought. And like I was saying, like I'm really excited to see where it goes, because I know like it would be so easy to make like a shooter out of that. Just put like a fake gun in your hand, and like everything that you're seeing, they can just put in, and like that would be awesome in my opinion. Like an alien type game.
Oh,
that would be so scary.
And, like it would be. Oh yeah, exactly. Because like I always talk about it, but like for me, like a horror game is so much scarier than a horror movie because they progress.
I found information.
Oh, did you?
It's an experience lasting 30 minutes, and tickets are seen to cost between $29 and $39.
Okay, there you go.
American,
so 40.
It's one of those things, though. Like
I do it once, but
I can't do it.
30 minutes for $40 is pretty.
That's a lot.
30 minutes is a little small.
I pay $60. I can play a game for like a year, you know.
Yeah.
Or Smash.
Or more.
How many years have you been playing that?
Yeah, sure. Melee.
For that though, I feel like it's definitely like
it's a cool experience.
It's definitely it's a cool experience to experience. Like, yeah, it's a cool thing to experience, but it's not something you go every single Saturday.
No.
To go. Just...
Well, that's where the home versions.
Yeah.
And that's what we'll have to wait and see. Like,
exactly.
That might.
If
they say they come up with all, they actually release, they have opened up a bunch of stores, and then it becomes like super convenient for people to get it in their home.
Mm-hmm.
That's just gonna die right away.
That is true.
I don't know. They're saying on here that they've already got a bunch of, like, there's fighting dinosaurs, fighting aliens, being a magician, walking through dungeons, and apparently,
games that's super lame.
It's
being a magician.
Well, it's just.
Why'd you do that?
I don't know
what you've done. You set him off again.
So, yeah.
Rabbit here. Travis the Great. The other ones sound cool, but the magician one just kind of random.
Jessica brings something up. Travis goes on a tangent.
Yeah,
you did this.
It's been all the whole podcast. I'm just getting used to it. And it's saying, that you go in a pod.
Ooh.
It says the players get a pod. So, I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't.
The GeekVerse podcast will have our own.
So I mean,
VR
if it's like that, you just sit in a pod.
Travis yelling at you.
Then, I mean, you're not being rushed through it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a nice thought. Because then it's not like, oh, I gotta get through this. Otherwise, they'll just like turn everything off and be like, you gotta get out.
Yeah, time's up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it looks. I don't know. Looks pretty cool. I would advise anyone that's listening to go look up a video.
Yeah.
Because that's what I have done.
It is called The Void.
Yeah. Yeah, if you just search The Void theme park, it comes up.
Nice.
But yeah, I want to go back on the
Yeah.
on just like the horror aspect of it. I think that is like the coolest thing about VR because like a horror movie, like sure, like you're watching, it's like all these people are idiots. It's like all that stuff. But in a game, like you are that idiot. Like you, like you, all the decisions matter, and it doesn't progress without you. But in, like the VR makes it even more realistic, and that's like you're so scared to go around a corner because it's like you don't know what's there.
That'll
Especially
be the
when
best
you,
thing.
Oh, and then you see it, and you just gotta like turn around and run, basically.
Have you seen? They put out some videos recently of people playing horror games with virtual reality headsets.
I've seen a lot of those.
They look really scary.
Yeah, they do look really scary, and it's like the VR has gone nowhere yet. It's like the games look awful, but it's like just being in that experience. Like I've seen like some clown ones, and those look
oh my
terrifying.
God.
Can't wait.
You can't look away. like
yeah, and it's like and yeah, like I saw one. It was actually really really cool. It was I'm pretty sure it was with the Oculus Rift, and it was because does the Oculus Rift work with console? You know?
I
think it does, because I think I remember I saw one guy. He was basically he was sitting there on his couch, like looking at his TV, but in the game he's doing the exact same thing. He's like playing this game, so you're like playing the game and you're watching, and all of a sudden something will happen, like over here, like really discreetly, that like you're not like it's not like it's dead center in your screen, but it's like just those little things like it'll freak you out, and then you look over and the door just slams open and you hear it really loud because it's all VR. I think that's really really cool. Like, and it like the game looked like it was PS1 basically. Like the graphics, are not, and obviously they're not going to be next gen.
No,
but like the day that they are, oh man.
I'm okay
That's
if
gonna
they weren't.
that's gonna change the rules.
I'm okay if they weren't even good graphics. Like one of the
yeah.
horror things I saw, this person was running through this dark mansion, like this hallway, and there was something screaming behind her.
Yeah, like that's
and
just terrible.
You're following her, and she's turning, and she doesn't want to look back, and she's running, and the graphics weren't the greatest, but I don't care. It was scary as all hell. And then she turns, and there's this thing on the ceiling. And it tilts its head, and then it starts crawling, and you can't turn away from it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know, like, yeah,
that's the future.
yeah, that is.
There's a $99 Oculus Rift.
See, I thought I was right.
Okay, so we don't have to cut
it's
that
for it's for smartphones though.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, because I was reading the article, and then I must have read that instead of the two. I must have scanned past that.
Yeah, it says
I
that.
saw what I wanted to see.
Says that there's a $99 one that works with the Note 5, S6, S6 Edge, and S6 Edge Plus, and then the other one is $300 for the one that's not for smartphones.
Pokemon Go Oculus Rift.
Dude, yes.
Imagine Fallout, like, I could just walk that way for an hour if I want to.
Yeah. Get your exercise, you know?
Yeah, sure. Get some exercise. That'd be cool.
That'd be funny.
Have a
If, like,
treadmill.
Increase
Yeah,
your
you
endurance.
just on a
how
treadmill.
do they have that for like for your phone? Because if you're on a bus and you're playing Angry Birds, don't move, and you like launch your Angry Bird.
Why do you think Angry Birds?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel bad for anyone that was
VR.
listening to that on like full volume.
Oh, there's worse.
You should know.
There's
You
worse.
should know by
headphone
now.
users.
Yeah. Listen to sound bars. Much better. Trust me.
Just like hitting people on the bus.
Like, so you walk into a washroom, and be like,
What?
There's a Pikachu in here. I need you to storm down. I gotta catch it.
People just call the cops on you.
Yeah. So many new sexual offenders will be on this planet. We're just looking for
Yeah,
Pokemon.
I swear.
There's a Pikachu in here.
before
No,
we
he
go.
won't even like say the right name. He's like, I'm looking for the Pokemon Mario.
On that note, let's
Did you have any
close this
other
thing
news?
down.
No,
Yeah.
did Kirkland
Oh.
have any other news?
I didn't
Sorry.
really have too much news, honestly.
That's good, because we're out of time.
Yeah. Well, that was 10. That was
The Big Ten.
the Big 10, double digits. We're in double digits
It's a
now.
good thing we did our 10 countdown last week.
Yeah, you know.
We messed up on that, for sure. That was a great opportunity.
Well, speaking of that, next week we actually know what we'll be talking about because we didn't get to it. But
Yeah.
we have a bread and butter topic next week that's going to be stuff we fell out of love with as far as franchises and gaming, movies
That's
and
gonna
TV
be
shows.
hard.
Yeah.
Taylor doesn't fall out of love with anything.
Yeah, so that's next week. But until then, Taylor, you have anything you want to say?
Really? Oh, well.
Oh no.
Like
weeks
us
in a
on
row.
Facebook.
2 weeks in a
That's
row.
your line.
Hashtag Hayden Christensen.
Oh my god.
No, the Facebook. That's the second week in a row I throw it to you.
Oh, I thought you meant me saying well or something.
Episodes 1 to 7, or sorry, 1 to 8, perfect. But 9 and 10, you go well, and you have to think of something to say. No, it's
Hashtag Hidden Christian.
yeah. Where can they find us on
He's a
Facebook?
ghost of
You
Hidden
can
Christian.
find us in the search bar, GeekVerse Podcast.
In the search bar.
Not the search engine, the search bar. You gotta look for the search bar. And you can find us at Twitter by searching at GeekVerseCast. Thanks everyone for listening, whether it's day, night, morning, 3 a.m.
Hashtag save Hannibal. All
Yeah,
that good
hashtag
stuff.
save Dylan. Hopefully he's here next week. And
Not likely.
He might be a ghost with me and Hayden Christensen.
You guys can take the mic and keep going.
have a good one. Fair travels.
Chill.
Fair travels.
Chill.
Chill.
Woo!
What an episode.
I had to pee so bad. Like I was like, oh, I think you brought your thing. I'm like, oh, it's going to end, and then you brought your article. I'm like, no, and then Taylor's like, oh, and this. I'm like, oh, my bladder's
How about you
gonna
just go?
explode. I know. I don't know what I'm talking.
Yeah.